Okay, so I think we'll be starting in just a little bit. Now, I was trying to look up something to be a little more professional going forward, so I did figure out that there is a customizable show hide preview, which I like to do just to make sure the game looks a bit steadier for the people viewing it. So unfortunately, it's going to take a little time to set up, so I'll do that, I think, for next stream. So that way we have a smoother transition between the game and this particular screen, just because I want to make sure I'm not eating up too many resources. So hello, Chris. Yeah, I wanted to pop up the tutorial account. I feel like I should do that at the start of each of the streams, because that'll be your way of determining how far we are in Zestiria. I mean, we're apparently 149 tutorials in. I mean, you just lose track of them after a while, where it's like, how many tutorials did you sit through? And I'm like, a lot. A lot of tutorials. So, in the meantime, let's switch over and let's get a nice little preview of the game itself before I close this preview. Yeah, that looks okay. So that'll be the last time. Hopefully I have to do that manually. So anyway, we are all the way back in Pendrago. I think we were looking to go west. We were going to go to what we'll find out is a mining town where supposedly the Pope has fled to. And we know we don't have enough power to get through the domain of the... I was about to say Pope again, but I'm like, I forgot the name of the second in command. But she is there, and she's very powerful. And we're not able to deal with her as is. So maybe in this dungeon, we'll get something that'll help us get through that domain. I almost want to call her a cardinal, but honestly, I forget her title offhand. That's the downside of having breaks in between streams. Like, short-term memory with names, bad. Remembering titles of characters, ultra bad. So let's come on over here. It looks like there's a chest I didn't pick up. Sharpened needle. It's apparently lightweight and easy to handle. Well, Rose, is this an actual upgrade for you? Of course it's not. Of course it's utter garbage. Chat, why would there ever be upgrades in a Tales game? I'm so foolish. Just put that away. We don't need it. But what I do know is that she's the second most powerful person in the land under the Pope. And technically, because the Pope is not there and she advises the king's actions, she might technically be the most powerful character. So we have to traverse the caverns via the Meadow of Triumph. So I'm trying to recall. I think we have to go. I think I'm going the wrong way. I think I'm getting ahead of myself there. So originally we saw that there were caves blocked off in the previous area, and we're supposed to go through the caves in order to even get to the place that leads west. So we very briefly stuck our head into the place that we were supposed to go. I believe we picked up a red herb there. If not, we'll be picking up a lot of herbs on the way there. Now that, Mr. I can't let you explore anywhere and I'll just stand around ominously doing nothing, aka Mr. Is it Heimdolf? I get to test my knowledge of names. But anyway, fake Ganondorf. It will no longer be blocking our access to one of the areas. Excuse me, knockoff Ganondorf. I think we agreed last time in chat. Definitely knockoff Ganondorf. I think the only reason I remember Heimdall's name is because I think Ganondorf. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Like, they're just, to me, they're like close-ish enough that I think I formed an association. And associations are a great way to keep facts straight. So far we're not getting any new plot details, which is fine.
It's around here, right? The caverns or whatever, I mean.
Cambria Caverns. He said they were south of the Meadow of Triumph.
Oh, excuse me, held off. You're right, Chad, I was thinking of the word briefly. But see, it was close, and therefore the chat remembered. See that? It was all a ploy. It's okay, I'll call him Heldorf. So, this game, I'm not sure if it counts as an Zestiria moment, but man, oh man, does it like you backtracking places. So we have to go back to this place we already were, but we couldn't go through those caves to the west of us. We didn't earn the privilege to continue the plot, chat. So now we have to go this way. So from Laston Bells, the little mini quest, we know that there should be a Lord of the Land in here somewhere. So we will also potentially have to leave if we want to get the Lord of the Land for this place, which is probably good because that unlocks fast travel, and I would like to fast travel in this area to save us all some time. He said it starts off small, but it gets bigger as we go in.
Right?
So be careful not to get lost. Well, don't worry, we have a map feature in this game, so it's kind of hard to remain lost. Yeah, like, yeah, but this game does it in an exceptional amount. That's why I was like, I'm not sure if it just counts by itself. So the area we need to go to is actually the Byro Cliff Ridge. But we could see there's like this whole there's like this whole dungeon system throughout here, and we could see there's a star over here, so that should be where the Lord of the Land is. So I'm trying to remember if we had to approach from the path to the north or the south, because we're going to be dealing with one of the dungeons that has multiple levels. Like we could see here, there's like an entire lower path, and if we raise it up, we could see everything's kind of on different elevations.
Do you really think we can get through this way?
Don't worry.
You sound pretty confident. Is it just a hunch?
No. I can feel the wind.
So one thing, chat, that I, first time playing, noticed around this point in the game, and I wasn't really thinking about it before, but I'm just going to let you know my exact observation here. Maybe it's easier to tell if I do this. We'll see his ridiculous glasses. So one thing I noticed is I always thought it was strange we couldn't remove his hat, but one other thing I was trying to do was the fact that there doesn't seem to be a way to remove the hair from his eyes. So I was very suspicious of this as a first time player. So I'm just going to let you know that no matter what we do, we can never really part his hair so we could see his eyes clearly. And I'll leave it at that for now.
There's nothing in the universe cooler than a secret passageway.
Especially one underground.
Totally! A maze of twisty little passages with exits galore to who knows where.
Like the back of a waterfall, or the bottom of an old abandoned well.
Yes! Nickleo gets it!
Glad someone gets it, because I don't.
I don't want to get it.
Boys just love things like this. In this case, I don't know about boys so much as...
Children, right?
I'm just gonna shake my head, chat. I will let you know, chat, that is actually a plot point. I just want you all to observe that, though, because that's kind of important for later. We'll kind of file it in the back of our minds for now. There's actually a lot of monsters there we haven't fought before, but I don't really feel like fighting them at the moment. I'm sure we'll bump into a couple unintentionally as we go forward. The ghosts can be kind of hard to dodge because they like to teleport. I'm a little used to dodging them from Zestiria, but sometimes they get a drop on me. Like there, he almost got me. I want to talk to Rose, but the ghost is kind of where she is. So I had a feeling that was a one-way I wasn't able to go to, but I should be able to go to the southern path. So we'll be returning along this path in a little bit. Our goal will be to explore basically as much as possible. I don't want to do one of the side dungeons yet, because again, we don't have the earth power, and I don't really feel like backtracking multiple times. I was gonna say, unlike unlike Lacrimosa of Dana, we're just allowed to get on the vine. We don't need climbing gloves, chat. So we have a whole area to go through here. Essentially what we could do is we're gonna wrap around all the way to the south. Then we're going to cross over to the west if you just purely wanted to do plot, but we're going to go to the east. So there should be little jump commands to make these gaps. I'm just looking around to see if there's any treasure. Speaking of which, I feel like our protagonist has been awfully silent. Oh, he does have points of interest detection. So usually in Tales games that have those kinds of points of interest, they like doing fossils. So I want to take a look at the walls every now and then to make sure we're not missing something. We apparently cannot make this gap. We just go question mark, question mark, question mark. But I suppose we could use the wind skill to get across. I'm surprised it doesn't identify it. Maybe that's just the thing that happens in Zestiria. Maybe it's not a Zestiria thing. There we go. So we can use our little quick dash to get across that gap. Yeah, from a combat perspective, we honestly really don't care about money. We could get a lot of it later. So the only thing we would get of interest during combat at this point is a little bit of experience and grade. And honestly, grade isn't all that important in this game if you just bum rush it. There's easier ways to get grade much later in the game. And doing it this early in the game, I kind of view as a waste of time. Because we're not going to be going back to a lot of these locations towards the end of the game. So there's no point to even accumulating grade here. Outside of just, like, it's nice to reset chests. You don't really need that much, and it's not even mandatory. So let's see. Oh, did I miss an...
What happened?
I was going to say, I think I missed the passage here. Hello, silver chest. It's a blue-colored tiara. Okay. Let's see if that's actually an upgrade for us. Oh, you know what? You know why it's a downgrade, chat? I bought items from a place I wasn't supposed to go to. That's right. I forgot. So all these treasure chests are useless. Because I'm not going to go back to them to level up them for fusion and things like that. Now, the reason you might want to fuse equipment to the max level, so you can keep basically adding levels to it, and it'll eventually get a special unique name, is that in this particular game, when you do New Game Plus, you can carry over gear, from what I recall, but only if you've completely maxed it. So that would be the other purpose for grade, is if you intend for whatever reason to do New Game Plus of this game, and you decided that this is the game for me, then you would try to make sure you end the game with maxed equipment, just to make things easier on the second pass. So, I think in previous... I'm trying to remember. Every Tales game does it a little differently, so I'm trying to recall. Like, the game before those, like Zestiria, for example, I think you were not allowed to carry over that much. I think you were allowed to carry over weapons and all status bonuses, but you weren't allowed to carry over all of your equipment, if I remember correctly. Just like whatever you were wearing at the time, I think it's transferred or something like that. But again, every game does it a little differently, because they like tweaking the grade system, how you earn it, how much is earned in combats. It's actually kind of interesting when you go back and you look at it, because they just play with the formula so much. Wow, is there really nothing else down here? This feels weird. I mean, I guess I could try going up this vine to see if this leads to a treasure chest. Why would anyone decide that this was the game for them? I mean, I feel like that's a fair question. I don't know if I can honestly answer that. Just, I know there are people that enjoy it and they defend the game, and they try to say that, like, the combat is really fun, and I'm like, no, like, see, my big issue with the combos in this game is that we'll see if we end up doing other Tales games, but the games before this were more freeform, so I could just freely assign all my skills to one button, so I had, like, the 4 directionals. Then I could also, in most games, assign skills to the right stick, so I had, like, 8 unique skills at any time for a character, and I could also tell my teammates to use special skills, which, unfortunately, because of the way this game has been modified, I cannot force a teammate to do a move at a required time. And that's actually really critical from a combo standpoint in the early Tales games, is getting in sync with your allies. it seems we have a time waster on our hands, so every time I step on one that is not the correct one, it makes us fall down. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, so I have a lot of gripes with the combat system in this game, other than just the whole elemental system. I've really don't like. Let's see, did I actually make it across? Oh, wait, why couldn't I teleport? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I can only go where the question marks were. There we go. So a key thing, in, like, if you played a game like Symphonia, or you go back and play Xillia, or you play even like Tales of Graces, you could just tell your allies to combo at specific points in time. So you could tell them, for example, to do things like Demon Fang or Tiger Blade, and the special moves might have properties you need to extend a combo. Like Tiger Blade usually lifts up the opponent to allow for extended juggles, and all the complexity of getting a really long combo is just gone in this game, and it's tied behind the blast gauge system to reset your moves, and it just doesn't feel good when you don't have blast gauge. It just feels really awkward. I don't know. I'm not a fan. I like that they changed it in Zestiria.
Armored centipedes take a low stance when they go for an attack, meaning we should attack when it takes that low position. That's pretty good, right?
So in this game, I feel a lot more limited in terms of what I could do. Now, they had other games like Tales of Graces, where the whole point of that was to... They're trying to find a way to make the combos less ludicrous. Because honestly, in the older Tales games, you could get like a 500 hit combo if you know what you're doing. It's not as hard as it sounds, because it just involves you like looping certain skills and just making sure the boss never really touches the ground after a certain point. And they try to have different infinite prevention systems as they progress through the Tales series. And so like around the time of Graces, they decided that instead of trying to make moves cost skill like MP equivalency in order to use them, the better thing to do was to limit how many actions you could take as a whole. And so that design philosophy transferred over into this game. But the big problem with that is that you could do so many more moves in a combo, because it was just so much easier to get like added combo hits in this game, or excuse me, in this one compared to hold on, train of thought was broken there. So it's much easier to get... I'm just seeing if I could go across there. Maybe I can, but that would just backtrack me. Okay, never mind. I don't want to go here. So what I was trying to say is that in Tales of Graces, it's much easier to get a long and more satisfying combo, plus you still have full control over the moves, whereas this game is like, you got a 4-hit combo, barely. And you can only really get a combo extension by grinding equipment, but every time you want to use a new piece of equipment, you have to grind it again. And then randomly, depending on the piece of equipment, you will... Oh, I was going to say, I feel like I chose the wrong one. Getting trolled by this. Oh, chat. Don't you just like it where you just have to RNG guess what paths actually lead to progress? I'm tempted to put an Zestiria moment on this. It's like such a waste of time, chat. It's literally just like, pick some arbitrary column, and that is the one that will lead to plot progress, and otherwise you just keep getting dumped over and over again to the pit. Oh, chat. Let's fight this monster since we're here.
Blazing demons, come forth!
Yeah. It just doesn't feel right in this game. They experiment a lot. Oh. You showed them Rose for some reason.
Let's get him! Not yet! Tiger Blade! It's time!
There we go.
Blade! Full tempest! The ruins are calling me.
Yeah, Rose just decided to blow her blast gauge load all over the enemy for the insta-kill. I mean, it gives us more grade. But again, grade is kind of pointless. Oh, that's right, we just came from here. See, this is the problem. Like, if I'm trying to have a conversation and I keep getting backtracked in the O dungeon, I lose track of where the progress was. Oops. Let's go this way. O game. So yeah, it just I wish they had let this game cook a little longer in the oven before they decided to just release it. Because it feels rather half-baked, if you understand what I mean. Alright, there we go. We made it through here. I should not have to come back here again, fortunately. Oh no. Oh no, chat. So we have ghosts. I should probably fight them at some point. Generally speaking, the teleporting kind of enemies will try to teleport in front of you by a short distance and then lunge at you. So if you want to avoid them, I usually just sidestep a little bit and then keep running. I usually don't lose that much in terms of speed. Chat's asking about Tales of Arise, hoping it'll be good. She's actually in my way. Rose? Okay, there we go. Now I can phase through you. At least they thought about her getting in the way. So if you just run face first into her over and over again, you could get through. Rose says this is her life now, apparently. Why do they keep asking me about buying the map? I don't I don't get what's going on. We purchased several maps at this point. I don't know why we keep getting it. Is there like another map just for this dungeon? Or is she referring to the Ridge, which may or may not have its own separate map? I don't remember. Yeah, they're talking about dealing with the crucibles. I'm like, no thanks, Rose. Maybe when we're really high level, because they are honestly not fun. We got through like the only easy one, which was Saray.
We can't hold back if we want to win!
Oh, we didn't get unique dialogue for the cave bats? Huh. That's kind of disappointing.
Hang on, everyone!
I'm not sure if it's because I dangerous encountered or not, though. Oh, I was trying to manually dodge that.
Blade bang!
Too early.
All right! Sword flare! Dragon bang! All right!
We're just gonna go through these enemies.
Sonic thrust!
I love Sonic Thrust, Chad.
Go, my children!
Sweet dreams! Ready?
Yeah, like, just comparatively, I think where, like, I have a big misgiving with the game is that, like, your ability to do well is so tied up with equipment that in every JRPG, you know, doesn't last more than, like, 30 minutes. So I don't like that as a concept of how much power they put into the equipment and how useless your character feels if you don't level it.
Azure assault!
Vermilion
So, like, Zestiria got around that issue because...
Quite a fearsome fighting style.
From my standpoint, you're the one that's fearsome.
The way they got around that is that everything that would start boosting your character was tied to a single piece of equipment, and then you learned it permanently. And if you wanted to have a weapon that also boosted that further, you could still use it, but at least you got the ability if you swapped off of the weapon. And I feel like that's what this game was really missing in particular, which is very disappointing. So our characters are, like, never basically ever going to feel good by the time we beat the game. And the only time I think the combat will start getting to where it should be is if we end up spending many hours in any given location and just vastly over level and grind. And it's like, if you have to play like 8 hours per piece of equipment just for it to feel good, I mean, that also in itself is very telling. Because we're never gonna get like the long 7 to 8 hit combo stuff going on with the main character. It's literally not gonna happen by design unless we spend many hours per location, or we just give up on equipping new pieces of equipment, which is phenomenal that that's actually a thing, because I remember doing that for a while.
What a wishy-washy, wimpish wussy.
Quit it with the wordplay and just fight already.
It can call for help, so we should defeat it first.
Weakness is fire. Makes sense. So chat, we have to be very careful with spellcasters in this game. On normal difficulty, they're not too big of a deal. But you can see that I started attacking one of them while merged. And that just causes them to instant cast, which is pretty annoying. And the downside is that in this game, you don't have a way of blocking magic attacks. So... Okay, I'm just gonna heal myself. I'm also gonna heal our allies so that they don't die. Spellcasters are the hardest enemy to deal with in the game, I'm convinced. I feel like they are honestly sometimes harder than the bosses if you play on the higher difficulties. Because if they start getting their spells off, you're just kind of done. There's not too much you can really do. Because again, the whole gimmick of this game is that you want to fuse with one of the seraphs.
What a formidable opponent!
But unfortunately, if you go, hey, I should use Layla or Lila because she has fire elements, and you merge with her, it's like, nope, this just causes you to get punished faster. So it's just weird that their unique mechanic feels bad in the game that they introduce it. It's like they really go out of their way to make sure you don't have a good time with some of the combat. They're like, no.
What's that?
Oh. Where did he detect this? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's up higher on the wall. See that, chat? Petrified Colossus.
Whoa! What the hell?
That's a big shrimp.
A fossil, one hopes.
Holy crap! This thing was alive once?
I want to catch it and fry it.
It looks terrifying. You don't think this is a Hellion?
There are fossilized Hellions? No way!
It's not outside the realm of possibility.
It's not outside the realm of sashimi either.
So which side's the head?
The
Correct.
left?
We can't even tell where the head is? Ugh, this thing's freaktastic.
No matter. A shrimp's head and tail are equally delicious.
I can't even make sense of this thing.
Shrimp. Starts with S. Look it up.
There we go. Yeah, I'm still convinced Edna's the best character, chat. There will be another party member at some point we get to see. Then we could formally have a poll of who was the best party member. But we haven't technically... Oh, chat, hold on. Hold on, chat. It's a big moment.
Is that a monolith?
Of course it's a monolith, but more importantly, chat, it is the 150th tutorial. Oh boy, blast gauge. If you're worried about maintaining your blast gauge, try strengthened equipment with BG group. See, I don't like this, chat. I don't like this. This tutorial has already made me upset because it reminded me of how bad the equipment is in this game. Learn to battle effectively with your active skill set. Basically, just never have any consistency at all while playing, and if you like certain abilities, good luck, because it's literally RNG whether or not they appear on it. That's my takeaway from the tutorial. Learn to adapt instead of having a consistent and fun system with equipment. Honestly, chat, have you seen an equipment system worse than this game's? Like, honest question, because for me, this is one of the worst. I am struggling to think of one that handled equipment this poorly. I'm really struggling. I'm sure there are some very obscure non-AAA games that might be a contender, but oh no. Chad, is it worth killing that monster on easy? I'll let you think about it. I don't think I could beat this on normal, because we're not using like super hyper equipment. Beating it would give us extra health. There's some kind of like squid monster thing over there.
Hey, isn't that the Earth in Historia?
So we're seeing a lot of water all around. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to fish for for shoebill here. Green Irish gem. The Roland's general is apparently demoted. Was his army defeated in battle? So the Earthen Historia in this game, for whatever reason, never really has vocal clips. So it's just kind of like a slideshow. And it's open to your interpretation. So there we go. That was... I kind of like the different exaggerated faces there.
So I guess that means that general guy was exiled? From the army? From his country?
Maybe he lost a war? Just a thought.
Once there had been huge crowds cheering for him, and now...
It makes me wonder, there was no one at all he could turn to?
That's par for the course for humans.
Quite surprising. A shepherd in an age like this.
I think you've surprised us!
My name is Saray, and you are?
I am Syndra, Shepherd Saray. Are you the Seraph of Lastenbell? I once was, yes.
Can we ask you to give your blessing again? There's no seraph enshrined at the sanctuary in Lastenbell, and strange things are happening.
That's of no relation to blessings.
How can you be sure?
Because I have used the bells in the belfry as my vessel.
I see. So the sanctuary in Lastenbell is nothing more than a figurehead.
In any case, it is no longer my concern. I no longer have the capacity to understand humans. Please, leave me be.
May we ask you what happened?
I'm sorry.
We can't force her to talk.
But something's up. We should do some research.
You're right. Let's go ask people in Lastenbell. They may know something.
So, unfortunately, she doesn't want to go back. We know that the sanctuary is nothing more than a front, which kind of goes... It kind of goes hand in hand with what we've seen before, where the holy people are not really there for the seraphs. Like, we saw some shady deals earlier. So it makes sense that they would lie about it. You know what, chat? Just as a hypothetical, just so we could see how hard this would be to do, I'm going to lower the difficulty briefly. Can we beat this boss early, is the question. Because these monsters have a ludicrously high... It's not the hit points I'm worried about, it's the damage that this boss will do. It's kind of an interesting design for the monster. Nine-headed serpent.
It's a nine-headed serpent. This will be tough.
So it has 9 heads? Where?
Take a gander at the bottom.
Ew! Its legs are like
Oh, it's resistant to water. Darn.
snakes! Release my spirit!
Trouble.
Yeah, you can see how much damage it's doing to us. Wait, what is its health total? Oh, its health total 17,000. Okay, its health might actually be a problem.
Purify the earth! Fairy circle! Rampaging giant!
Yeah, see, that's the problem there. Like, our ally has the bow, so they decide that the best distance to be is point blank in the boss's face with the bow. It's very confusing, chat.
Rampaging giant! That won't... Ready? Go!
Break on through!
Eat this! That won't...
I mean, like, you could see, like, it's sort of doable. It's just a little slow.
Be gone!
Like, even though this boss is resistant to the element, I do find the earth the most useful one to do, because it'll actually stun the boss. When it does that move, see how it lifts the boss? It gives our allies an actual opportunity to do something. Oh, and our ally died, because of course it did.
Take this! Ready? Go! Lord of Wind!
Again, we're just gonna stall it out. Edna's kinda overpowered for bosses, so if you want to cheese out certain bosses without having the right weakness, I do recommend Earth. Because you can see like how much time we buy the AI to reset itself.
Be gone! Echo shot!
You feel it?
Rising sands!
So maybe we could do this. I just have to dodge the spell. That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
Rock Ringer!
You feel it? Soul resonance!
Rising sand! Cry out! Rock Ringer! Ready?
So thank you, Edna.
Scumbag! Cry out!
So unfortunately, combat will not be very exciting because we don't have a lot of combos.
Ravaging giant! Cry out!
But fortunately, as I said before, that this Rock Ringer stuns foes, which is good for us. I actually want them to remain split, so that way this happens.
Purify the earth!
Raging tide! Glimmer dragon!
So you can see that they're actually adding to the combo count by a lot. Unfortunately, the boss broke out at the last second.
Be gone! Echo shot! Take this!
So hey, we'll actually beat a boss early, which is nice.
Rising sand! Take this! Ready?
There we go. Let's get into a good combo here. Oh, it blocked at the last second.
Be gone! Cry out! Take this!
Well, our allies keep dying over and over. Let's dodge that, because that's unblockable. And again, even though the boss is resistant to us, this is still probably the best strategy, because we don't want this boss basically doing anything.
Howling deluge! Purify the earth!
Oh, that was dangerous.
Rid these demons! Be gone! Howling deluge! Purify the earth! Fairy circle! Eat this!
Unfortunately, it's now going to full spellcast mode, which is bad for us, because that can happen randomly.
Breakthrough! Burning shards!
Retreat for now!
Lila.
Darn, we were so close, chat. But do you see what I mean about, like, the spellcasters in this game? Like, honestly, it's just so unfun. Like, I don't even know how to put it. Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, but you see what I mean? Like, it's just like, eventually the boss will go into pure spellcast mode, and then, like, your other form is just totally useless. And it's like, you don't want to be unmerged most of the time, because your stats are just terrible. Like, if I were to block that boss, I would probably take, like, 200 or 300 damage, and I only have, like, 1,000 health. So I could only really realistically block the boss maybe three or four times. And then on top of that, we don't have a way to heal ourselves if we're not merged. So it just kind of goes into a cycle, and usually you end up losing in the war of attrition.
I remember this place was in the Celestial Record.
Well, we are going to get ourselves some herbs in the meantime. What is he specifically looking at when he said that? I saw the check. Where was it? No? There we go. I'm like, it wants this cavern in general, but it won't do it. Tiny luminescent organisms.
Wow. Indeed. It's mesmerizing how the lake's surface sparkles.
Bioluminescence, do you think?
Dazzle?
Don't ask me. I can't see it.
So even you have some gaps in your animal knowledge.
I've heard of organisms too small to be seen that give off light in the dark. Maybe this is their habitat.
Whoa, thousands and thousands of tiny creatures.
But each one lives only a few days before winking out.
Only a few days? But they shine so bright. Biodoom, in essence. Oh, that was inappropriate. I'm sorry.
Don't be. Better than ending on a sour note.
Oh, a left field success from Lila. My first one, it feels like. I suppose it took going deep underground for Edna to finally cave.
And I take it back.
The rare, sparkling Lila. Note its brief lifespan.
Even you, Dazzle? Aww.
That made me laugh a little. But you know what, chat? I think Dezel gave away a very important plot point in that skit. It's up to you, chat. Do you want me to tell you? Because he said something very interesting in his response, if you were listening carefully, that should give you a hint as to maybe some issue he has.
Haven't tried it myself, but I'm sure it's tasty.
Chat's all over the I can't see it line. Indeed, chat. So I think around this point in the game when I was going into the caves, I'm like, I wonder why they won't let me change his hat. Like, that's all I kept thinking about, chat. Like, I wasn't thinking about, like, where else they could be going with it. I'm just like, it's weird because every other character you have could take off the hat, but not him. And then in that one, he talks about not being able to see the things that are obviously very bright. So I'm like, is he blind? So anyway, I was thinking about that because I was thinking about some of the other skits that he had throughout the game, and so far we talked about his enhanced senses, which is a common thing, especially in games where if somebody happens to have a lack of a certain sense, the other senses are enhanced.
Familiar thing!
How's this?
Burn bright red! Sleeping dragon!
Strike! How's this?
So around this point in the game, I feel like the game has given enough clues at this point
Let's give it up!
where I'm like, he's Daredevil, chat. That's good. It's a good one. Because I think he also said he could kind of feel with the wind to some extent. But I don't think he's gone into a lot of details with that plot point. Well, Rose, that was just really unnecessary. He was ultra dead. Wait, he didn't die from that? How's that even possible?
I mean, I used to be pretty okay at making food, but now? Really?
Wow, she did like 3,000 damage and that didn't kill him. I'm not sure what happened there. Well, we got another dagger. Everybody leveled. She gained a new art. Titles, proficiencies keep increasing. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty bad. So it seems like she is doing decently well. So she's got the 12% attack bonus one. We switched over to art, which is kind of making us a little weaker. I suppose if we wanted to fight bosses, we should be using the one that we've been leveling this entire time. But again, the next art we learn is supposed to be influenced by our title, but you can see as we go through here, usually it doesn't really matter. Like here's, I think, is the first time we actually see a difference in skills. But yeah, it just is what it is sometimes, chat. So it looks like he will learn. So okay, so I don't think I talked about the different icons specifically, but if we look at, for example, the protagonist Saray, we could see he's got the sword icon. We know that's a physical art. We could guess that from the cane that it would be a magic spell or one of the Seraph arcs. But if you see one that has a little diamond in the upper right-hand corner, chat, that's just the game's way of saying that we can unlock the Mystic art. So that's the one that requires the 3 blast gauge in order to utilize. So it's probably good that we leave them on learning the Mystic art. It seems like not all the characters are learning it at the moment, unfortunately. Well, chat, we could continue with the plot, but I think we should probably backtrack, unfortunately. You're gonna hear me say backtrack a lot, but we really do. We have to go back to the town, and then I think we have to come back here. Which is pretty annoying, I'm not gonna lie, because we don't have a good way of, or I guess we could go from here across there. I definitely don't want to go through the whole southern portion of this cave again. I don't know, Chad. I still feel like we've been tricked and bamboozled and lied to about Rose's character. I would say if we were talking about personal preferences for characters, she for a long time I thought would be the #1 worst character. I am not a fan of her at all in this game. I don't like what she does in the plot. I don't like the bait and switch. I don't like a lot of things about her. I just find Lila slightly more annoying from a plot standpoint. But the other there's another character that gets introduced who I really, really don't like, and that character is the #1. I was like, never mind. I'll ignore my personal gripes with these other characters. I really don't like the other character we get. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I just feel like her personality is just like really whiny and complainy, and I'm like, where was that cool, calm, and collected assassin we saw in like 2 scenes? I'm like, where's that character? Bring that character back. I want that character in my party. Yeah, there's someone worse. Oh, chat, don't worry. There is one specific character who they try to make look really cool, and it just absolutely makes me so frustrated because I don't like this character. I have a feeling that is probably the most divisive thing I will say, because I feel some people will like the character because the character is kind of over the top, but I absolutely loathe this character. Alright, so now we're back in Lastenbell. Are we allowed to do any investigation here? I guess we could check out the sanctuary. Oh, you'll see, chat. You'll see. I won't give any additional indicators. But yes, we have not seen the character I like the least join our party at this point.
Looks like this Margaret or whatever might know something.
But wasn't she bullied, though? I have a bad feeling about this.
Saray, why don't we take a rest at the inn?
Good idea. That's Margaret's home, besides.
Well, chat, you heard them. We have to go talk and find Margaret, the one that apparently can see Seraphim. So one thing I need to get into a habit in this game is that I don't like to use items in boss battles. I just like to see if I could beat it as is. So one thing I need to get into a habit over is getting rid of our spare items, because we are just going to load up on so many of them. It's going to be so silly. Life bottles, we don't really need that many. Honestly, I only really need 1 or 2 at any given moment. 15's a bit excessive. I don't find using them all that helpful in general, just because our allies die so quickly. So if we were to revive our ally with it, I feel like most of the time they would just instantly die anyway, and it would just lock down our ability to heal and things like that. And at that point, I'd rather just use something like an elixir, which I forgot that we did have on the protagonist, because I'm the one that's most likely gonna last longer. So we're getting more backstory on Margaret. So apparently something happened to Margaret. Maybe abuse, maybe some bullying. And by abuse, I mean more of the physical kind. But we'll see. Oh, the Cardinal. Okay, we got confirmation the title was Cardinal, chat. Yeah, I feel like I'm probably annoyed the least by the knight that shows up. I feel like he at least seems like an okay character. I think with him, he's not like super obnoxious compared to like Dezel and Zavid. I just find both of them kind of insufferable at points, where I don't like their base personality. Whereas the knight, it's like he's at least trying to help you, and they're trying to add a little more nuance to like the enemy nation, that not everybody there is a bad person. So I like more what the knight does for the plot than either of those other 2 characters. I could at least support him in some way and was like, okay, maybe something interesting will happen. I guess we'll do the pork belly thing. We should also eat more food just to see if we get more skits.
Clues to her whereabouts.
We know something bad happened. Maybe Syndra and Margaret had already known each other from before.
So you think Margaret had such strong resonance that she could talk to Seraphim?
Yeah, it's like they were once friends, but...
Something happened.
yeah.
All the more reason we need to find and talk with Margaret.
A little girl can't have gone that far away. Let's look for her tomorrow around the city.
A scream? Right outside!
Well, we're now going out at night, chat, and we know that it seemed like some kind of vicious wolf is dealing with all these characters. Speaking of which... Rogaru, Therian. What does it say in the help? It's a Hellion that goes berserk under the light of the moon. It may not appear that threatening, but is it trying to lure us into a false sense of security? Is it hiding its true power? So we've defeated 0 of these before. We can take a look at their general stats here. I don't usually find this too interesting to look at compared to Berseria. There's not as many like hints as to like what moves the enemy prefers and things like that.
Rogaru, a Hellion that goes berserk when the moon is out.
Could it be behind the murder streak? I got you now! It's time! Howling Blade! Full Tempest!
Wow, chat. Can we talk about that? That was an annihilation. I don't think that counted as a boss, though. I mean, chat, that was convincing. I think we can all agree. That was a start-to-finish combo ending with Mystic Art. Goodbye, enemy.
Huh? It's kinda weak.
Oh! A wolf monster!
She has resonance too? Dang.
We're going after it. Come on, hurry!
It's always wolves, chat. Wolves are the bad ones. Well, when we look at the map, we're not seeing exactly where we should go. Let's try going in here. I'm surprised the church is so filled. Also, it looks like it's light outside. Excuse me. I guess they just didn't remodel for nighttime or something. So, oops. Right, chat? Oops. They're in there like it's daytime. I think they forgot, chat. They probably shouldn't let me go back in there because they didn't model it. Yeah, I think that earns an Zestiria moment. They definitely should have sealed it off. They're just like, you could see clearly that it's modeled for daytime. Well, if they're not in the sanctuary, we could go to the raised kind of plateau to the south. Oh, I wish I could run faster, but because nobody's having rumors right now, we're not getting the free movement speed. What a shame. Strange. So far we're not seeing anything. I guess we could talk to the guards at the other end of town. I'm assuming the game will not let me step outside, but that could be a big assumption on my part. So I guess we found the killer. We probably know who the identity of the wolf is at this point. But we'll see. We'll have it confirmed by the game. Hello, guard. Do you have anything to say? If I try to leave, what happens? Ah, we have an exclamation mark in front of us.
2 of them? And...
It's eating its own kind?
Why, hello there. As we get attacked by a boar.
Ready? Let's get him!
Let's build up a little meter before we go into this boss fight. As I said before, one of the worst feelings in this game is going in without blast gauge. So we're going to make sure we build as much as we can. So we got almost a solid meter worth.
You can't just swing your sword around and win.
Those shoulders don't look right, chat. Look at that. What is going on with the body? Oh, those are fur. Oh, I thought its actual arms went as far as the fur did, because I was like, that made no sense. That just seems impossible.
Give it your all! Lila.
Okay. So it's resistant to everything except for Earth, which is not good for us. It starts with an attack buff. So the game is recommending that we just try to dodge its uppercut, and that's the only time we can really hit it.
Is this a Rougarou as well?
No, this is a Hellion breed wolf. It's a beast turned Hellion.
It's agile, but open for attack after it moves.
Take this! Rampaging Giant! Rose, get back! Rockwinger!
So fortunately our moves just kind of ignore the boss's defenses,
Rising Sand!
which is probably for the best. Also, this thing has a decent amount of health.
Rampaging Giant! Iron Cut! Take this!
Again, our ally is just kind of questionably helpful.
Be gone!
We're just going to try to build as much blast gauge as possible with blocking, because we're probably going to have to heal ourselves at some point.
Be gone!
I mean, I don't know why our ally's not really helping with this, but it is what it is. Oh, hey, they actually got a stun on them. Good job, allies.
Purify the earth! Fairy circle!
I'm going to heal our allies, because they're too dumb to heal themselves, honestly.
Take this!
Again, we're just stalling for our allies to combo, and then we're going to loop off of our allies. So we actually have a good rhythm going there. See, that's exactly what you want to have happen in a Tales game. You want them to kind of start a combo off, and then you look for what you perceive to be the last hit of the combo, and then you start yours. So you just kind of alternate on the boss until it dies. So fortunately, that actually started to work because our allies were actually attacking. The problem, I think, in this game is that sometimes our allies just do like a single hit combo. Like they could press like up to 4 to 5 moves sometimes. They'll just do a single hit, and they're like, that was good enough. And it completely messes up your ability to deal with bosses because they'll just randomly not do as many attacks as they can while they're striking something, and it makes no sense. oh, chat, you like be healing the AI that at 1 health decided not to heal itself or at any point while injured? I tried, chat. They would have cost us a lot of grade had they died, by the way. They would have cost us a lot of grade. But hey, everybody leveled, so the game just got technically a little easier because we do slightly more damage and we take very slightly less damage. And we unlocked a lot of arts, it seems, just then, and we got an orb which increases our overall health, which is good. So now we're gonna have close to 2,400 health if we merge as is. I'm not sure if the orb is counted in the current health, so we'll keep in mind that Edna has 1,000 health, because that's the easiest way to tell if we got more health off that orb.
What? What is going on?
Margaret?
You can tell it's really me, even though my mom said I'm a monster.
Of course. I know you're not a monster.
No, but I became one because me and Wiggs got so angry. Wiggs became a super scary monster all of a sudden, and then killed the people in the city. I got really scared, and so I went to go see my mom to get help, but then my mom...
Don't worry. Your mama's gonna come soon.
Really? I'm so happy.
Syndra, I sensed the presence of Hellions, and also a bit of nostalgia.
I can hear Syndra's voice. Wiggs, let's go to the bells. Syndra will be waiting for us.
Margaret. I could have stopped this if I hadn't run away.
Syndra.
All Margaret said was that there isn't a seraph enshrined in the sanctuary.
I see. And so that must have been what led to the bullying.
Yes. In the midst of the intensifying clash between countries, the Church has been disciplining their believers more strictly. It's gotten to a point where they've started to act hostile towards anyone else with conflicting values and beliefs. Even if it is just some child's nonsense.
So that's the reason why you left, out of utter disgust with humans.
Shepherd Saray, please, could you give me just one more chance to protect the city?
I'd like to, but that city is still...
But she's willing to do it, right?
Yes, I won't have people speak of my friend as a liar.
I've always thought that having resonance was a good thing, but I guess that's not always true.
Once you can see with it, your world is never the same again. Depending on how you take it in, you could change for the worse.
In the end, it is what you make of it.
Everyone's got their own values.
But different values bring conflict amongst the people.
Humans and Seraphim effectively live in different worlds. No wonder it's hard to live in harmony with each other.
It's the same for shepherds and humans.
What's important is having the capacity to accept each other's differences. Right. We're separate beings in the end, after all. Besides, resonance has nothing to do with this anyways. Those bullies are at fault. So you're willing to accept us then, Rose? Well, if something is real, it's real. May as well be positive about it.
That's pretty smart of you, especially considering you're Rose.
I told you not to talk inside my head!
Why don't you just accept it? It's how we Seraphim are.
Well, I think it's creepy. I'm entitled to my opinion.
Blessing for Lesson Bell region has been restored. Traveling Girl alternate color. Traveling Girl. Is it rose or something? Oh, it kind of matches the double wings. But I think for now, unless people want to see the other one, we'll leave it on the point requested outfit. Although I suppose I could show it off in the overworld briefly, so other people could get a better look at it. Since she's one of the characters that will kind of pop up. I mean, the purple outfit honestly fits the bat wings pretty well. Probably if I were to choose one, I would probably switch to that one. But back to totally not Alicia, it's there. So let's see, do we need to do anything else? So chat, I think it's implied that we killed the child. I'm pretty sure it's implied that we killed the child.
Tell me more about equipment fusion.
Okay, since fusion rules apply only to skills in the same exact slot, there are only 3 types of combinations you need to remember. First rule, if they're both the same skill, then that's the skill you get after fusion.
Simple enough. I'm guessing that same rule applies when both slots are empty.
Yes, the second rule is, if the slot's empty on one item and filled on the other, you get the skill from the filled slot.
Got it. So, the big question is, what happens when 2 different skills are in the same slot?
That's right. In this last case, a new skill is born from the 2 old ones, but it's sealed off temporarily. And the way to break the seal is... oh my!
Shaking my head, chat. So we're now at 151 tutorials. So many tutorials, chat. It's outrageous.
The Cardinal's intensity was so intimidating. Is that the responsibility that comes when you carry the weight of the country?
She's just some idiot human who became a Hellion.
Is she the one you need to get your vengeance on?
I wouldn't know. She beat you so badly I couldn't even tell.
Sorry.
Don't screw up next time. I've got to get my revenge, you know.
Yeah, I'll try.
You sure about that? If she's the one I need to get vengeance on, it means she's dead meat.
Yeah. I guess I'll have to think about it. Thanks.
Thanks for what?
I just figured you were worried about me or something.
There's no point in even thinking about it, if that's the only way you can interpret things.
So, I mean, I guess we restored the blessing to the land, but we killed a child in the process, so yay, team hero. Oh, there's no more skits. I thought there would be one more. That's why I chose the cheaper meal option there. Oh well, goodbye our money, because I'd rather have the cube pork belly. We gotta pay to win, chat. We have to pay to see these skits. Goodbye our money total. Okay, so now we have a pretty good one for boss battles, because again, we're probably gonna get injured throughout. Okay, so it looks like Edna's health hasn't shifted, so this is just the new max total, so... I like how far behind Lila is, even though we started with her, because she's died in, like, every single boss fight, chat. Like, that's definitely a big issue with this game, is that when these characters die in boss battles, they fall so far behind in levels. Like, look how ridiculous this is. Like, Dezel is completely out-leveled her, Mikleo is completely on a different level than her, and Edna's completely out-leveled her. So silly, chat. Yeah, Lila's basically useless at the moment. Oh, there we go. We're gonna squeeze on by. What do you have to say about this, Rose? They keep talking about the map. We bought the map from this area already. I don't know why we keep getting it. It's actually making me, like, doubt myself. And I'm like, no, we definitely bought the map of this area. But what do these people have to say? Oh, we're not allowed to backtrack anymore. That's basically what it translated to. It's fine. Anyway, away we go. Actually, speaking of which, where's... Oh, she's normally on the wall here. I was trying to see where the Lord of the Land was, so we could just speak to her briefly. So let's actually activate some boons. So treasure restoration's fine. We want to make sure we activate the Traveler's Repose, which at least we don't have to pay for. So we could set Norman here to boost our attack power. Oh, and then like we can only... Okay, so what they're saying there is that we're already boosting a region with attack, so it's asking us if we want to remove it. So I guess we can give art defense for now, because that still helps us in general. Technically, what I should do, chat, is instead of selling the items, I should probably just give them up for grade. Since we're already maxed on apple gels, we really don't need that many. We could just sacrifice them. We're going to make up for the difference at some point. One other thing I want to make sure that we do is we should probably consume the hit point boosts. So as we could see, Rose lived by literally 1 health. So her having more health might help. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, chat. Ooh, attack power up. Let's also boost her attack power. I feel like she, as a character from a moveset standpoint, is actually pretty good. I think later on in the game, I just switched to using her full time, because I just don't enjoy Soray's moveset after a while. And again, normally I like to swap characters a lot when I play. But not in this Tales game, unfortunately. It is what it is, though. Actually, I want to make 100% certain that I saved there. Okay. So now we can technically teleport anywhere. So instead of traveling this way, let's see if we can use the Lord of the Land to move somewhere. Let's go to dungeons. Let's go back to Cambria Caverns. We'll do near the north exit. Oh yeah, that's right. We have to pay money to travel, of course. Oh, Tales of Zestiria. Making you pay for fast travel. Well, anyway, we could take advantage of this movement speed bonus we got from the town. To hopefully ignore everything near us. Oh, almost got in a fight there. Red Rosemary, okay. Ooh. Can't seem to do anything with that at the moment. Let's ignore those enemies, though. They tried to get into a fight with us, chat. I was not having it. Yeah, we'll boost Soray's art damage, which he doesn't...
I think we're close to the exits. Probably.
Did you feel it too?
The wind? I think I kind of did.
So we found another Norman, kind of unintentionally. I forgot to look for them. But it's nice that they get marked off on the minimap when you're close to them. So increase BG and Grace every time you land 10 hits. Yeah, we might as well as do... Oh wait, Amber Sword is like better in every single way. Huh. Whatever, we'll stick with the Ancient Sword for now. That might be an interesting one to take advantage of. Welcome back. So we are feeling the wind from the exit of this place. Or at least Ezel's able to feel it.
Hell yeah, we're home free! Praise the sun! It looks like I spoke too soon. A Hellion!
Oh, suddenly boss fight? It's resistant to both water and wind. Let's use fire and earth instead. What's that? Keep using Edna? Okay, game. If you insist, I'll keep using Edna.
What is it doing in a place like this?
Is it bird or beast?
Yeah, the last thing we need is a bunch of flocking griffins.
Rose, a nice young lady really shouldn't...
Come on! I didn't mean it like that!
Choose your birds more carefully.
Rampaging giant! That won't rock winner!
Why did it fall out of my combo when I was swapping mid-attack?
Purify the earth! Very simple!
Pillars of flame!
Rampaging giant! Rock winner!
No escape! Pillars of flame!
Unfortunately, I don't have any blast gauge from healing the ally, so I wasn't able to extend the combo. But I feel like we got a decent number of hits there. I'm gonna dodge that manually. Oops. Again, we're just kind of extending the combo here. I'm actually gonna split apart briefly.
Ready?
Just so I could build meter a bit faster.
Be gone! No escape! Sonic thrust!
I'm gonna make sure I don't get hit by that, as I said, as I dodged too many times.
Rising sand!
This boss should be dead. Oh, as the meteor cancels the combo. Thanks, game.
Rampaging giant! Rock winner!
Oh my gosh, chat, are we actually gonna make it through a boss battle with no one dying again? Oh my gosh, chat, we did it. Our allies didn't die. Congratulations, allies. Hey, that level up gave Edna 80 health. That's actually a pretty significant health boost. So this is good. It seems like our splitting of the herbs have kept Rose alive, and our damage is pretty good, and now our Seraphs are getting a little better. So that was a significant amount of golden experience. So everybody leveled, everybody learned new arts, we got another blessing orb, we got title proficiencies. I know, chat, it's just like, wow.
Command the wind yet.
I hate the wind. Huh?
Edna!
You alright?
I just slipped is all.
Boy, we can't take Lady Edna anywhere, can we?
Lady Meebo is talking.
Oh, what? Oh, suddenly other enemies that weren't there a moment ago. Thanks, cutscene. I know, chat. Doesn't it feel weird? Like, we actually got through a boss fight where they just didn't suddenly explode. I don't know what game I'm playing anymore, chat. Wow, I juked that enemy so hard. Can we talk about that? Outplayed enemy. Outplayed. Okay, art defense. That's probably good for us. I'm gonna take spells in the face all the time. I need as much defense as I could get. I don't really want to get into a dangerous encounter with these foes. Oh, no. I need to set it on fire, I think. No? So I can't teleport through it, and I can't burn it. Oh. That's not what I thought would happen. Oh, no. Can we just slice it in this game? Oh, we could just slice it in this game. See, I got confused with Berseria, because Berseria, you burn those, in my defense. You burn them, you don't slice them in Berseria. So I was like, wait, what? So we can see there's a dungeon there to the southwest. Technically, if we want to backtrack, we should go up to the north. It doesn't hurt to backtrack a little bit in this case, because I want to get the herbs. So I want to make sure we could get... Oh, that's right. We don't have... Edna still does not have Rock Smash for some reason, so we're gonna go fight this leech.
Don't overdo it, Rose. Leech or leech. It's dangerous to fight them in close combat.
So what's the difference between the leech and leecher?
This is it!
Blade Fang! Earth Dragon Fang! How's
Green
this?
Fang! This is it!
Whoa!
Lightning Dragon!
Tiger Blade! Let's keep it up! How's this?
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Sweet dreams!
Right on!
It's over!
There we go, not too bad. So we're just building up a bit of meter. As I said before, we don't want to be caught without that blast gauge. So we're at 1.5, that's not too bad.
But we're no pushovers either.
We seem to have acquired a weapon in the process. Let's take a look at how everybody's equipment is doing. All this maxed. Oh. I think I'll start mastering this bamboo stack in the meantime. I don't think there's anything in here I really want to swap out. See, actually, this one's actually worth it. So we got more Floric boots, so I should probably give this to Edna, because this overall gives a bigger bonus. So like right now we could get 19 attack or 19 art, and she's more likely to spellcast. So having more magic damage here makes more sense for us. Plus it gives us focus, so that's just a good upgrade for us overall. I think we picked up, yeah, we picked up like earth rings, but I don't really want any of them. I don't think we got any new armors, no headbands, no parasols. Seems like we're doing really good in terms of title proficiency. Like, the game sort of gives you the ability to deal with not having good equipment by just leveling one title all the way through. Which, you know, we're slowly getting through. I'm just thinking, you know what? We'll just keep focusing on like one or two of these. We're fine. I'm gonna leave it on this one for now. Let's just try to max the title since we're just looking to clear the game. So we can't backtrack, unfortunately. We could go to the point to the north. I'm not sure what it'll try to do if we go there, but we could take a look. Ooh, what is this? Oh, it's the guy on the scooter. That's right. He's living his life, chat. So we're going to make sure we get the save point, because we could potentially teleport back here later. Plus, there might be a skit. Nope, no skit for us. 4,000 gold, not bad. So we can see there's another optional fight up there. We will not be able to do it yet. Probably when we get closer to our 30s, we might go back and fight these enemies. So unfortunately... oh no, what is this? Oh, chat, hold on. Okay, we saved, right, chat? I would just want to show you this. I just want to show you this one. This was my least favorite Crucible in the game, where you have to play a solo Lila. Oh boy, chat, I don't even know where to begin with this. Oh no. So we have... She literally only knows fire moves, chat. So we could try to get used to her for a little bit. I just want to show it off. Is the AI okay? Why are they not moving?
Afraid not! This is my path! Flames of Crimson! Pyrogenic rays, blazing demons, come forth! Flames, Crimson Bridge!
So she has no range, chat.
Bird is the word!
You might recognize some of the moves from Laphicet's moves if you watch through Berseria, but it's like all of his worst ones. Like literally just all of them. And I can't spellcast because they outmove her. It is just so unfun to play as her, chat. It's just ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna guard so I get a little more meter back.
Bird is the word!
Alright, that's like the only decent combo I think she has.
Now then, bird is the word now! Crimson! Pyrogenic ring! Burn, burn, burn! Burn, burn, burn!
Oh, that's too slow.
My body is a flame! Burn, burn, burn! My body is a flame!
She did say bird is the word, chat. She did say it.
Burn!
Oh, that short-range pyrogenic ring is the worst.
And burn my foe!
Blitzbomb isn't bad. I just wish it wasn't so close to us.
Now then, bird is the word! Phoenix Triad! How enchanting! Bye!
Yeah, like her side combos are okay. Oh, we're in big trouble. Oh, I have actually got through that. I was surprised. I was hoping we could get the slow cast.
Purging flame surrounds me! Blitzbomb! What?
There we go.
Come here!
Unfortunately, we're now paralyzed, so we're just gonna get interrupted constantly. So, I will...
This is my path! Flame! This is my path!
So, I'm trying to attack, but she's paralyzed, so she'll just get in the stun animation randomly. Not much I could do about that. So this isn't too... This portion of the battle is not too bad, honestly. It's one specific enemy type that comes up in a little bit that makes it so unfun. Like, her spells are actually decent. It's just a shame there's no reason to really play with her. Like, that spell right there, I think I do like a lot. It does set up for some nasty combos.
Crimson Bridge! Here goes! How enchanting!
Chat, she missed it point blank an enemy that she's fighting. Both of those moves just missed. Like, there is something wrong with this character, chat. Can we talk about this? That is not okay. That is absolutely not okay for them to design a character that cannot strike things point blank in a game with lots of really small and fast creatures. Oh my gosh, chat, that is not okay. And this monster's pretty wide too, and I just straight up missed him. Like, he didn't block. She is one of the worst movesets in the game. You cannot convince me otherwise. It is just so bad.
Bye!
I'm trying so hard to use her, like, barely usable moves.
Pyrogenic ring! Burn crimson! And turn my foe! Vermilion rain!
So we're just gonna abuse some spells for now. Like, see how we had, like, a juggle there. If I was slightly faster and if I had dashed, I think I would have been able to kill it.
My path! How enchanting! Here goes! This is my path! Flames of purity!
See, here's an example where I wouldn't mind using items to heal, because we literally have no other way to heal. And then stuff like that happens.
Surrounds me! Blitzbomb! Burn crimson! And turn my foe! Burn crimson!
So we're gonna abuse this spell a little bit, I think, just to kind of get through them. So if we actually manage to beat this one, I would be very surprised. Like, we're doing not bad, actually. I mean, it is kind of annoying dealing with the skeletons, but there's nothing much we could really do about that.
Vermilion rain! Burn bright red!
Like, we're trying to cause a status ailment on them, but it's kind of difficult.
Crimson! Pyrogenic ring! Come here!
On higher difficulties, these monsters would have been ridiculous, because they could regen like 100-something health, if I remember correctly, every tick. Fortunately, they're only healing like 70 or so.
Here goes! Flames of crimson! Pyrogenic ring! Burn crimson! And turn my...
Okay, we're starting to get into the more annoying enemy types.
Burn bright red! Here goes! This is my path! Here I go!
There we go, let's use our Mystic Art.
Concerto Inferno!
So I'm glad we unlocked that, because that seems to hit multiple foes.
Bird is the word now! Flames of crimson! Nice
Oh no, we are coming into the worst enemy. If this Geo Roller is so nonsense,
Here goes!
I hope we could stun it. It's just gonna do a lot of damage to us. It's already starting. Okay, chat. I think we can actually do this on normal. I remember doing this on hard. Yeah, like, see how fast that thing attacks? Alright, we're gonna retreat, chat. We're done. we're done fighting them legit. Okay. Battle over. Well, fortunately, I did not get rid of all my apple gels, because I would like to heal now.
Here goes! This is my path! Flames of purity!
Oh my gosh, they're just all over me.
White light!
rollers are terrible, chat. Okay, we're lucky. They're not doing 100 plus damage a hit. Oh no, it's starting. It's starting. They are so obnoxious, chat. I don't like doing this. She has nothing but really short and slow short range attacks. Or excuse me, not short range attack, but close range attacks, and she absolutely cannot interrupt them after a while. It's kind of obnoxious. Like, look how much damage I'm taking from them, even on normal. I can't get a combo off to Mystic Art. I would like to. There we go. Let's hope this kills them, because I'm already taking an absurd amount of damage.
Yes.
Okay, I think we got past the more annoying part of this fight. Yeah, did you see how much damage they did even on normal? Like, this is supposed to be like one of the final fights, and I'm like, I'd rather deal with this guy than the other guys. These guys are obnoxious. Oh, I manually dodged that. Nice. Oh, we're getting into trouble now.
Come here then. Flames of crimson, pyrogenic rain, blazing demons, come forth, burning strike. Here goes. This is my path.
I need to remember to evade when I'm doing with that.
White heat, white light, flames of crimson, pyrogenic rain.
Oh, it went off, but it didn't really help us. Alright, we're gonna do this, chat. I'm determined.
No.
I think I might have unintentionally remembered how to play her from needing to redo this a lot on hard mode. Oh, I was just out of range for her slow as all get out attack. That's a shame. So we're doing it, chat. And again, the more I'm able to block, the more meter I could get for Blast Gauge. Because I would like to use it very soon if I'm able to. Okay, perfect. I'm glad all of her attacks whiffed at close range against this many foes. There we go. Without this attack, this battle will go on forever, so I'm glad we also unlocked the Mystic Art. But it's okay, we're gonna use items to get through this. I am not doing this item list. No thanks. Oh no, I think it's beginning again. We have another roller type enemy. Well, we might be in trouble, chat, because I did get rid of all of my apple gels.
This is my path. Flames of crimson, white heat, white light, blazing demons come forth.
Well, if they're just gonna let me get that spell off, I'm not gonna say no to it.
Go, my children. Blazing demons come forth, burning strike. Flames, come hither. Now then, bird is the word. Burn crimson.
Yeah, there's something wrong with the AI. I've never seen them just not attack for so long before. I don't really understand what's going on. Oh, I got stunned. Not good. Not good. Not good. Please don't die. Okay, we didn't die. That's all we need. Now that spin attack seems to count as a special art, so we can't get interrupted by that, fortunately.
Come hither. I'm in a tight spot.
Man.
Yes.
Brutal, chat. Just brutal how many items I'm using.
This is my path. Now then, flames of crimson. Here I go.
There we go. That should kill both of them, because I got the power hit combo. Oh my gosh, I actually beat that in one try. Oh my god. Oh, I don't have to deal with that ever again. I remember, chat. I must have played this over and over and over again on hard mode. Oh, thank you. Chat, just so you know how stupid this is, the game is telling us how to play as, it's telling us how to play as her. After we went through that entire arena thing. Chat, can we have a round of applause for the tutorial on how to play this character? The first time he plays her, but I've already played as her. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's just truly amazing, chat. I cannot actually believe I did that. I'm very happy that we got that in one try. Miklio's was not happening.
This place should be quelled for now.
Are you okay, Lila?
Yes, I'm fine.
Better than us, probably. Your sparks were flying everywhere, and my dress nearly caught on fire.
I'm sorry. I should have warned you. When you're around a fire seraph, you're in for no danger.
I set her up for that one, didn't I?
Oh, like Inferno Danger.
You noticed.
Oh, crap. Why am I explaining your dumb jokes?
You're incredible, Lila.
In more ways than one.
So we got a new piece of equipment for her. So because we were able to do that... Oh my gosh, chat, look at that downgrade. I mean, we get more defense, but look at that downgrade. We could go from 124 art attack and 14 attack to just 72 art attack. Are you kidding me, game? Are you kidding me? You have to solo all those enemies with her, and she is terrible. She is terrible at close range combat. And that's the reward you give me? Like, listen, that doesn't even put her on the same level of defense as, like, Edna or even Dezel. And they have more attack power than you. How is this fair? Why would I do this? Why would I ever do this? Wow. Oh gosh, please don't get into the dangerous encounter. I was like, wait a minute. We're saving that. I'm very happy I managed to beat that on one try, because that is just super obnoxious. Maybe we'll go back and do Miklio's later. Oh my gosh. Okay, I made sure to not play that on higher difficulty, because that was just gross. I wasted so much time trying to beat that on, like, the equivalency of Chaos mode.
Trolls. Even their weapons are just huge.
But that makes them slow to move. Don't get caught by those clods.
He just called them clods? I think he did. So again, our goal is just to rebuild some blast gauge. We earned a little respite.
So, how's Saray doing?
He's yet inexperienced, but he's got potential.
You're quite critical of him.
He just doesn't respond to my jokes like you do.
Didn't you mean his shepherd aptitude?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we're gonna take advantage of the high movement speed. I think we could go here a little early. It won't let us in, from what I remember. But essentially, we're gonna be going to the 4 elemental temple/trials, because of course we are. It's a JRPG. So the first one we're gonna start off with is fire. I just want to make sure we touch the save point. Maybe we could get the herbs here as well. Increase his health by 15. Again, that's probably good for Rose, because we need her to not die, because she will be in the party basically for most of the rest of the game. So let's do a nice little save there. So we could see the cave is ahead. Yadir? How would you say that, chat? Y-D-E-R. So they're saying that we have to be careful. Oh, are we... Oh, this is not where I thought this was. Oh, is this a total... Oh, so we eventually have to go underground for the fire temple, but maybe the fire temple was actually accessible from the village? Maybe I misremembered that. But now we're in a very large optional area, which I was not entirely expecting, but I guess since we're here, we'll just keep going. Yeah, it could be Yadir. I'm never sure how to pronounce those. Well, there's the tiger guy we fought earlier. We'll fight him eventually. We have a lot of time to get into an encounter here. Now, what I want to do is I want to check all of the dead ends just to make sure there's no treasure chests here. We have Norman for the win activated, so we should be able to see the Norman as long as we get vaguely close to them. So that'll help because I'm looking to maintain my speed. Actually, you know what? Let's just get into a completely absolutely. Wait, that wasn't a dangerous encounter?
Martial arts trained Hellion should be pretty tough.
If you don't let it come near you, it's no big deal.
I got you! Shatterfang! Blade Fang! Sonic Thrust! Hang on, everyone! Strike!
Okay, pretty calm fight.
Let's keep it up!
Not too bad, chat. So again, if we want to get more experience, it's recommended we use the dark bottles, so that way we draw more foes into the battle. But I'm just looking to get the speed boost here. Now, technically I could be using holy bottles, but I don't feel like purchasing them. I have like one I could use, which I'll reserve for later. But right now I don't think it's that important that I do that. There seems to be a dead end over here, so let's go this way first. Again, they are very excited to get into combat with me. We got yet another dark bottle, which again, if you were playing the game normally, that would probably be useful.
We won't be defeated.
Oh, we didn't get any additional dialogue. I guess we technically fought the skeleton mages before. Hello, Ghost. I'd prefer you not to be able to do anything, so just perish.
Saray, is your sword style self-taught?
Yep.
Your grip, swing, and focus need work. But otherwise, it's okay.
Is that a compliment?
Of course not.
No, it is.
Uh-oh, we got a compliment, chat. Oh, I'm not sure where the ghost teleported. I saw him starting to teleport, but then he chose not to go in front of us. So I'm not sure what happened there. That's fine, we'll just continue through the caves. We'll look for anything that looks like a point of interest, and who knows? We might get a new Norman or two through here. So... well, that weapon's useless. It has even lower attack power than the other one. Focus, I feel like, is useful for regaining the blue gauge that's under our health bar, which helps with the move costs, but... honestly, I'd rather just have the damage most of the time, because we're going to be blocking to build Blast anyway. So we're always going to have a lot of downtime to recover our MP equivalency. I'm trying to think of the best way to go, so I might... jeez, there's like so much to go through. I guess I could see where this little passageway goes, because maybe, if nothing else, we'll unlock a save point. And we could fast travel here in the future.
Ready, everyone?
Oh, I got baited. I'm thinking about if this is even worth fighting, but you know what? Oh hey, I actually used the blast gauge as it was intended. Look at that, chat. So I burned one blast gauge just to reset my combo there. So that's what you're technically supposed to do to get long combos. I'm not a fan of the fact that the combo reset and Mystic Art is the same button though. I don't like that overlapping of skills. I feel like it should have been like guard plus back trigger equals gauge usage, but whatever.
But we're no pushovers either.
Yeah, so for now we're gonna take the leftmost path, and we'll just see where this leads us. Wow, this cave... chat, look how big this cave is! Oh my gosh, chat, we're gonna be here a while. Like, look at that. Let me zoom out so you could truly appreciate how much of the cave we have to explore still. Oh my gosh, this is like its own challenge. Well, we're again gonna try to avoid as much combat as possible, since apparently this is just a ludicrously oversized cave. So we can't go that way. Let's see, from the ridiculously oversizedness, I guess I could go to the bottom right first. So we'll take the little side passage here. Sadly, there's not many...
we won't be defeated.
There's not many herbs here, which is a bit unfortunate.
Let's just get out alive.
It's better to just run away at that point. I feel like the combat would take too long. Oh no! Chat, we're gonna give up on exploring. Again, I don't want to backtrack for chests. So sorry, chat. We're going. I thought we would at least get past the point where we didn't need Edna to get a chest, but nope.
Don't overdo it, Rose.
For your protection. Let's run.
I need assistance.
Oh, Mikleo actually healed himself. Good job, Mikleo. Again, I don't want to backtrack through here, but at least we can loop around for now. That'll save us some backtracking. So we only went through like half of the dungeon. We'll just exit this way. We'll acknowledge this is here, and there's probably a boss we have to fight at the end of this cave. I will also acknowledge this, but unfortunately we don't have the tools needed to go here. Yeah, chat, I don't know why Edna's skill takes, like, so long to unlock. It makes no sense. Like, we got Dezel's before we got Edna's. Like, that's just insulting, really. I don't even think he likes us. Like, and he still gave us an ability before Edna did. Yeah, see, there's a whole path there. See, had I gone this way first, I would have realized we needed Edna. So, to avoid a lot of endless backtracking, we will just go out this way for now. A bit unfortunate, chat. It's not like the items we were receiving here were all that great. But I was thinking maybe we could get a Norman or something. But ultimately, if it's just gonna block things off with Earth, we'll come back later. Chat, I don't even remember when she learns her Rock Smash move. I can't remember if it's after, like, how far after the Fire Temple it is. I don't remember. If I'm trying to recall the order we do them in. I think it's Fire, Earth, Wind, Water, I think is the order. I think. We'll see how it goes, Chan. We're basically just moving... Oh, life on the frontier?
Sure is dry way out here.
Yeah, it's a remote region like Elysia, but it looks hard to hunt or even farm here.
It amazes me that people can even live in a place like this.
Those humans sure are tougher than they look.
Maybe they have some sort of special local product?
Maybe. Anyway, our next destination is Gadaden.
Are we going in the right direction, Rose?
Yeah. It should be around the edge of this cliffside road. I think we're almost there.
Okay, let's hurry before we get attacked again.
So now I'm just trying to think of how far away we are from the cathedral scene, but we have like the prelude to it. So we know the Cardinal is a Hellion, a very powerful one. We have to be able to break through her domain to even do anything about her. And I would like to remind the chat that we're not supposed to be taking sides in this war. Just like to throw that out there. Hey chat! We haven't seen this in so long!
I can sense the ancient tongue. We're near one.
We're near one, chat. Oh my gosh. Chat, look how insulting this tutorial is. Chat, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read this one out loud with like added sarcasm. Okay. Gotta prep myself. Okay, commands. Oh, right. Some of you say. Commands. Some of you say. I forgot about those. Do you regularly forget to breathe as well? Oh my god. So obnoxious. Do the designers actively hate the player, chat? What do you think? Would you read statements like this? This is honestly, someone wrote this. Someone wrote this, somebody else approved this, and it was added into the game. Oof. Just oof. Listen, we don't need... Listen, we understand what spread out and focus attacks do. That's what the terms stand for. I'm not reading the rest of that out loud. Oh my gosh, that is so obnoxious.
Outsiders! Hey, didn't they say in school not to use that word? Oh, oops. Hello.
Hello there.
Is this new-looking building your school?
That's right. The village chief built it. For the future of the village.
A school.
It's a bit plain compared to the rest of the town, don't you think?
Are you kidding? We didn't have anything like this in my village.
We always did want one, though.
I'm Slenge, the chief of this village. What brings you
Slenge.
two all the way out to our tiny corner of the continent?
Oh, well, we're looking for...
We're here for work, researching what people eat out on the frontier. Stuff like that.
Your efforts are very much appreciated. Thankfully, our village has been spared the ravages of famine.
In fact, it's even more bountiful than in years past.
And we have the chief to thank for it. If there's anything we can help you with, don't hesitate to ask.
You say that like you own the place.
Seems like a nice village.
Sort of reminds me of Alicia.
Saray.
I know. We'll split up and try and find some clues about the Pope.
It's such a strange word, chat. I wonder if it has a name meaning. It's just like, it's like so peculiar, and I feel like it clashes with like every other name we've heard.
There should be a vista point nearby.
There should be a vista point nearby, they say. Well, we acquired another life bottle, so that's always good. Oh, it's all thanks to the chief, huh? Oh, we're looking at the school. But we can only look at the school from, like, this far away, chat. Speaking of which, we've been getting so many AP at this point. Is there anything else we could really take advantage of? We have Reviver, which is our cheat to kind of get through some of the game. I guess we could do the swap here. So I think at this point I might actually have to do... I'm not going to say higher difficulties for now, but we definitely need more abilities to unlock, so I have to be more actively using blasts. So we're going to try to do our best to unlock it. Usually I don't have this big of a surplus in points, but I'm also used to playing on the higher difficulties, or at least I did the first time I played through this game. Hello, Edna.
What's wrong, Edna?
Nothing. Just thinking about how Meebo insulted me earlier.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, it looks like there's some kind of ruin in the back of the village, and it's a pretty darn old one to boot.
How old do you think?
It's probably from before the Dark Period. It might be even older than I am.
You don't mean from the Temperance of Averost? If that's true, then this is an incredible find! Wait. Hey, Edna? How old are...
What?
Never mind.
So I was doing a quick lookup on the name. Apparently it's a Norwegian word. It can have many different definitions, but generally it seems to be along the lines of throw, cast away. Hello, Norman. We'll just keep upgrading our current sword. I think it was this one. It just seemed like such an odd name because I don't feel like anybody else really had those names.
What's wrong? You look troubled.
It's strange. This village seems rather prosperous.
And that's a problem?
The issue is why.
Their source of income.
Right. The land in this area is infertile and hardly fit for farming or hunting.
It's far from any major thoroughfare, and they have no local products to export.
Isn't that weird? You'd think a place like this would be the first to fall victim to famine.
There must be some explanation for all this.
Okay, so we'll just keep talking to people.
Gadadin sure seems like a happy village.
Indeed, everyone here is so positive and active.
They're all like family here.
But I still can't feel the blessing of the Seraphim.
True. The Guardian Seraph is missing. It seems that this place used to be rather barren. But it looks like the current chief was able to overcome these issues.
I can tell the people here respect him a whole lot.
I imagine they do. This would normally be such a desolate environment.
Yeah, not just anyone could pull that one off.
Rose? Is something the matter?
Sorry, I was just thinking out loud. I'll tell you more once I've had time to investigate.
Okay, so the Fire Seraph says, imagine such a village be a comfortable home for a lord of the land. It appears there's none to give the blessing. People are talking about the crops not doing well. There used to be another entrance to the Pure Land, but it collapsed during the earthquake. To the Pure Land? What? What a weird thing to say. Oh. Hello. Wait, I can't talk to you? Wait, whoa, no, game. I can't talk to the turtles? Why can't I talk to the turtles? He doesn't have a bubble. What?
There's a ruin!
I got cutscenes so hard, chat, trying to pick up that herb. So hard.
Think they came here to apprehend the chief?
They better not. Without our chief, Gododin is doomed.
There's no cause for worry yet. As long as they stay out of the Pure Land, we'll be all right.
Malevolence!
Let's go.
Well, I guess we're gonna...
malevolence coming from the chief. Why?
I bet we'll find the answer inside that ruin.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just keep raising our attack power. Little by little, we'll take advantage of those stats. Oh, now we have permission to speak to the turtles because we're now allowed to go to the other location. Even if it takes 10,000 years, he made a new maps. Yeah, we'll buy his map. Goodbye. What do you have to say, turtles? He's still looking for the traitor. Everybody keeps asking if we're here for the chief, so obviously they think something's improper. Let's make sure we kebab pizza. You got your kebab on my pizza, you got your pizza on my kebab. Well, let's rest at the inn for a skit.
What comes after? And the way to break the seal is... Oh my.
Oh, were you actually awake? You can break the seal on an item's skill slot by engaging in sufficient battles with that item equipped.
Huh. Can I assume raising proficiency in that item to 1 star is enough to do the trick?
Yes, there are certain rules governing which skills will be produced by fusion. You can check this before fusion, but know this. If they're skills of the same element, you'll get a different skill from that element. If they're from the same group, you'll get a different skill from that group. If both element and group are different, you'll get a skill whose rarity lies somewhere between the two.
What about when you fuse equipment with sealed skills?
Ah, yes. That's a very important note to consider. Slots with sealed skills count as empty for fusion purposes. Therefore, if you really want to keep a certain skill, but you don't have another item with an empty slot, you can use one with a sealed slot instead to... Really? Sleeping at a time like this?
Chat, are you picking up how like needlessly complicated fusion is in this game? Are you picking up how many things it wants you to keep track of? The fact that we are now 2 skits in, and I'm not even sure that that was the last one, honestly. Just for fusion. Like, what? That's discounting all the other complicated ones to explain all the groups of skills, which again would not have been bad if they didn't make such a big impact in the game, and that stacking them different ways causes them to lose their previous skills. So the game was basically trying to say that, like, any piece of equipment has, like, 3 slots, right? And so instead of just letting you choose what skills go into the final item, it basically says, like, oh, if you have 2 different skills, we're just going to make this complete and utter RNG nonsense as to what you get. So not only do you not get to choose what skills are in the pieces of equipment that you choose, or pick up, generally speaking, but then if they happen to be different skills, they'll either be something in the same column or something in between the 2 columns, or maybe they'll be in a different row. It is just, like, so needlessly complicated, chat. It's just like, why? Like, what does this add to our ability to appreciate the game? And the answer to that is it doesn't. It's just terrible. It's just terrible, chat. But hey, we found another Norman. So yeah, so then when it makes a combination skill, which again is not like it's not like it's combining the abilities of each skill into a unique skill, which I think would have been okay and kind of interesting, and I would have been okay with. But no, it's just some other random skill, and then you don't even get the benefit from it unless you
Building a school to preserve the village's future. I have to respect
unless
that.
you give it an upgrade.
School, huh? Always wished I could have gone to one.
Yeah, me too.
You too, Rose?
I grew up on the road. The older folks of the Scattered Bones were like my teachers. He may not look it, but Roche is actually super good at calligraphy, and he knows a ton about literature.
Huh. Igil looks like he's no slouch either.
Yeah, he was the one who drilled me in martial arts and stealth skills. You might say he's my gym teacher.
Well, that's one way to get kids their exercise.
Same with me and Mikleo. Pretty much everyone in Elysia wound up serving as our teachers.
Reminds me of Gramps' etiquette class. He was really strict.
And that's how Mikleo got the way he is today.
Whereas you didn't learn a thing, huh?
Hey, that's not true.
Yeah, right. You were always reading the Celestial Record.
You did the same thing.
Yes, but I read it to enhance my history and classical language studies.
And you're saying I didn't?
So, pretty much the same things you do now.
Fair enough. So yeah, we weren't lonely per se, but...
It would have been nice to study and play with other kids our age.
Yeah, I feel you.
Oh, chat. Because she's completely useless as the chat. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm not going to disagree with that statement.
Destroyed entrance, huh?
Oh, I accidentally skipped dialogue because this was also a
Well,
cutscene.
that looks hopeless.
Oh, does it now?
Edna, you could use your powers.
Give it a try.
I certainly might. If you were to ask like so. Lady Edna, please do something about these rocks.
This is no time to be joking around.
Mikleo can't take Lady Edna anywhere, can he?
Oh, are you still hung up on that?
Come on, spit it out. Lady Edna, I beg you to move these rocks which I, the pitiful Meebo, cannot.
Hey, that's longer.
Well, I charge interest.
Edna, I think that's enough teasing for now.
We need you to do something about these rocks, Edna. Please help us.
I didn't mean you.
Maybe not. But I'm as guilty as anyone here of taking you and your powers for granted. Even though I've seen malevolence born from that very mentality. Gratitude is vital in all actions, whether you're worshipping the Seraphim or simply journeying with friends.
Seriously, it's fine. I'll give you my ability, the giant strength.
FYI, Saray doesn't get jokes.
Nice. I'll try breaking down these rocks that the meek and pitiful Meebo couldn't.
Not you too!
He really doesn't get jokes.
Giant Strength. Press down to cast Giant Strength and destroy certain types of huge objects. By striking an enemy weak against Earth, you can battle with an advantage.
What mighty power!
Oh?
Okay, chat, so we can now finally feel okay about exploring optional areas because we were given the permission to use her power. Finally. Okay, I couldn't remember what cutscene gave it to us, and now I remember why I don't remember it, because it's just kind of arbitrarily in a town, even though we've come across these rocks before. Just only then. So anyway, they said we're not allowed into Pure Land, but we'll take a chest. We have a lot of cake items, which we probably should use to heal our party members a bit more, but I also want to make sure we use any kind of herbs we picked up. So we'll give more focus to Rose, defense also to Rose, because I'd still like her to not explode instantly, if possible. I guess we could take a look in general. I don't want to buy any healing items, because that would just be a huge mistake. This sword actually seems like a upgrade. Let me just check this real quick. So we lose blast gauge, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is a damage increase across the board. I might still take this. We lose 68 power to get 58. I don't think that's a good trade. Oh, this is just straight up an upgrade. Okay. I guess we'll get a small upgrade there. That's not too bad. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we could purchase anything else. I think it's worth getting rid of the blast gauge. I need our allies to actually survive. Again, I need to not get hung up on things like the blast gauge, because if you try to look at this absolute nonsense of like stacked items, you're just gonna go insane. Like, my recommendation is just ignore it as long as possible. None of these are really that good, unfortunately. Oof, that was just like a massive decrease. Oh, well, this is just free defense, so we'll take it. So Edna is now extremely tanky, which is good, because she has, I think, the lowest health in the party at the moment. We could double check that. Yeah, 1080. She's got the lowest health, but she has really good defense now, so maybe that'll offset. So she'll be really good against multi-hit moves, just because of how much her defense is going to reduce it by. So anyway, I guess we're going to try to enter Pure Land. We'll see what that entails exactly. Oh, that chest phased out of existence.
What is this place? Some sort of warehouse?
You got that right. For the stuff that's quickly becoming all the rage amongst the nobility these days.
Elixir?
It's fake. But my body feels oddly warm.
That's because it's packed with energy drink garbage.
He just drank
Did I
something?
mention this stuff is highly addictive?
Make one sale and we'll race back for more. Pretty devious.
So, is this stuff being sold officially under the authority of the church?
The certificate carries the authentic stamp of the Church of Rollins, but it looks like the sales profits are all going to this village.
So that's what you meant about tracking the flow of money.
If there's someone in Gadadin who can create an official certificate...
It has to be the missing Pope!
That explains the village's mystery funds.
And the malevolence from the chief.
So they're either conspirators or
the chief is the Pope.
You! What are you doing in here?
That has to be...
Hello, Tiger Man.
Could it really be?
The chief?
Nice to be able to put my hair up with a barrette, right?
what's a barrette?
You don't know...
Oh, I'm skipping that skit. But yeah, we destroyed that encounter.
It's not the chief?
So you are here to capture the chief. I knew it! I'll die before I allow that.
Enough! What is the meaning of this?
Are you Pope Macedra?
I see you've done your homework.
What would drive you to do such a thing?
I would ask the same. I never desired the title of Pope. So then, why must I continue to perform its functions?
Is that who I think it
joined
is?
The Holy Order in order to give a small blessing, a glimmer of hope, to my family and those around me. But that is all.
But there are so many who cherish you. Sergei and the rest of the knights, and...
I know that! That's why I worked so hard. I did all I could. I toiled for years and years, with no self-regard, for the sake of everyone. And then... I took a look around me, and there was no trace of my family left behind. They had scorned me as a man with no regard for his household. What was it all for? What fruits had I to show for my endless labors?
Were you involved with the war against Highland?
I abandoned everything. The war, my country, even my people. At that point, I was beyond all caring. I fled into the forest to meet my death, but these folks rescued me. The good and gentle people of Gadodin asked nothing of me. content merely to treat me as if I were one of their own family.
And so naturally he wanted to give something back to the village.
Even if it meant dealing fake elixir.
I care for neither the Empire nor the Church. Call me a coward if you like, but now I live for the sake of my family, the villagers.
Your family?
I can sympathize with him for sure, but nevertheless, we need to bring him back.
We can't get the spiritual powers without deciphering the inscription. And the Cardinal is too much to handle for the Knights alone.
But, on the other hand, without the protection and leadership of the chief, what will become of Gadadin?
The same could be said for Pendrago. You see the problem?
It was him running away that caused this mess. Why should he get a free pass?
There's gotta be a way around this. Maybe he could crack the code for us and head right back here?
But you know what the Knights in the church are like right now.
You think they just let him walk away?
Chief!
Are you okay?
Oh no, little Karibo, you've fallen down. What happened? I am 100% convinced that that is the YouTuber Little Karibo doing his Yamayuki voice. I am 100% convinced that that is him. The more he spoke, the more I'm like, that is definitely him. So I didn't know there were YouTubers in this game. So let's go see how
There's no cause for alarm.
not
My meeting
Yamayuki
here
is doing.
finished.
Everyone, please calm yourselves. Worry not, we are safe. The man standing before you is the real Shepherd. Shepherd, there's something I dearly hope you will understand. The villagers bear none of the blame here. This was all my doing.
I just wanted to know the truth. That's all. So I'm leaving. As of now. Is that okay?
I'm not sure. But what I do know is that you seem to trust this fellow. And that's enough for me.
Yeah, but Rose, he's an idiot.
Some things in the world come down to more than just black and white.
I am sure Sergei and the Knights will understand as well.
But the real issue is, how are we going to get through the Cardinal's domain?
Yeah, that. I wonder if we can crack it.
The inscription's code?
What, ourselves?
It's not that crazy, is it? It's a man-made puzzle after all. Might even be fun.
That may be, but we better at least ask this guy for a hint or two.
Shepherd, if you don't mind, please follow me.
So I believe his real life name is Martin Billany, for those that were curious. So he does a few abridged series on YouTube. So I completely forgot that he was in this game. I think I played this before I saw anything from him. So that was kind of neat. That he managed to get into a game. It's a shame it's this game. I don't think his performance is bad or anything. It works for the role. It's just a shame, again. This is the game that he ended up in. Anyway, let's continue further. Yeah, I can't unhear him from his other roles either. I agree, chat.
What is this?
It's the Fire Temple.
The Shepherd is granted 4 powers: earth, water, fire, and wind. They are the blade that shall cleave the Lord of Calamity. Scattered across this land are the Shrines of Trials. They too are of earth, water, fire, and wind. Tests they are of power and spirit. The power is brought forth in the spirit. and the spirit captures the power. With balance may malevolence be purified. With imbalance, does the body smolder and burn. Test thyself, shepherd, and brandish thy might. Rise to the challenge, and stake thy will on the outcome.
The sacred inscription.
He had it memorized?
Not bad. Even if it's still gibberish.
What he means is...
We can obtain 4 different powers in 4 different places, and for each one you have to pass a trial, I think.
What he said.
Got it. So we just have to find those places.
Man, Rose, you're so dumb.
Or, don't tell me this is one of them.
Indeed it is, shepherd. This is Igraine, the shrine of the Trial of Fire.
May we enter? Funny time to start asking permission, I guess.
The Shrine of the Trial is rife with danger. I cannot guarantee your survival. Will you still go?
Of course, hidden powers in a secret shrine? I'm there.
Then go forth, young shepherd, and face your trial. This place exists for you.
Okay, so we found the entrance to the fire trial. We will look at the skit here
Giant
first.
Strength, huh? I hate to admit it, but Earth Seraphim sure are powerful. Edna?
Ouch! After using giant strength, my body gets all kinds of sore. Can you just try not to touch me?
Oh, sorry.
As you can see, I have a slender build, so by nature, I can't really hold anything heavier than an umbrella. I'm the most ladylike lady that ever ladied, you know.
Well, whatever. But it does make sense that using such great power has a trade-off somewhere.
Just don't tell Saray about it. I don't want him to get all worried about me.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
And just so we're clear, it doesn't mean that it's okay to touch me whenever I'm not using my powers. Got it?
Yeah, I know.
Uh-oh, the drawback of the power. So hello, Slenge. Okay. In terms of challenge, I don't feel like the puzzles here are too crazy. I remember actually liking the music to this dungeon. So ultimately our goal, chat, is we are going to be building up a series of platforms, and we're basically gonna have a fight in like a death arena. So let's go and see the main hub of the dungeon. Little Pope Rebo, that's good. That's a good one, chat. Hey, chat.
This ruin looks awfully old, doesn't it, Mikleo?
Sure does. This qualifies as a major discovery.
Oh man, I can feel my whole body burning up with excitement.
Pretty sure that's just the heat.
So they got nice textures in here. But more importantly, chat, we have yet another tutorial to look through. Status ailments. I mean, this one at least kind of makes sense for where we are. This is more of a reminder tutorial. I'm not annoyed by this one so much that it's just telling us about burn, because now we're actually dealing with enemies where it's more common. And it's just reminding us that the restriction is removed if we hit them with a weakness combo. So essentially, chat, we need to get onto that little death arena down there. And I like to call this trial the Trial of Patience, because you'll see what I mean when we get to the boss. We are going to basically be forced to sit through a very long series of voice clips, and we will have no ability to damage the boss until every single one of those voice clips is over. So we're gonna have to survive in a game where our allies die almost instantly, so that'll be fun, chat. We'll fight this thing once.
Enemy spotted, Lyle!
Yeah! I think we're gonna get burned fighting this one.
It'll turn into a ball of fire and charge.
But it sure has some guns rolling around like that.
Aim and fire!
Whoa! Aim and fire! Here it goes! As your assault!
I like how the enemy just randomly full blocks me. That's cool.
Break Break on through!
Glimmer Dragon!
Again, we'll be abusing Mikleo most of this dungeon, because it will be a fire dungeon.
Aim and fire!
There's still more, like...
I don't think there's anything that is actually resistant to water, but we'll see. We'll double check. Okay, I'm gonna split apart so I can get a little more meter.
Blade Bang! Yeah! I can't lose! Wow, what a cool weapon! Think I could use it too?
You can try, but don't get carried away with it.
And then we're never allowed to try with the weapon. The end. I'll hold off on fighting that thing. Oh, I'm not allowed to continue. I must need to light these torches. Ooh, it's a puzzle of the order. Okay, so it's not that one. Where are the other torches in this room, though? Are there other torches in this room? Am I just not seeing them? I only see 2 torches.
What happened?
Confusing. Let's exit for now. Were there any other torches we saw on the way here? Just for future reference. Strange. We can't go through that door. That'll end up being a shortcut once we're done with the dungeon. I only saw those 2 torches, though. I must be missing something, chat, so let me just take a moment to look at the room again. So there's nothing here. There's nothing in the corners. Random spider tries to fight us. I guess we'll fight this blazing wolf.
This wolf can breathe fire. Be careful of its side attacks.
So we can't just step around them.
Who's rough away? Don't flag on your fence. Here goes! Break on through!
There we go. And again, I'm gonna guard on occasion just to build more blast gauge. And we should be good to go. Oh, I almost healed by accident. I actually wanted to do a blast attack. But that's fine. Ooh, I was just slightly out of range. Yeah, pretty much everything here is weak to water, which is good for us. It's kind of funny that Lila is still able to deal with these monsters for the most part, despite the bad matchup. Also, that did an insane amount of damage to our teammates.
Are calling me.
Let me try what if I do this one first? Okay. I'm just surprised the other one stays lit if it's not correct. That actually confused me because of that. Like, I thought that there were 3 torches, and I got, like, the first one right, but it was really the second one I was doing wrong. But no, there were only 2 torches. So, kind of a strange choice for that kind of puzzle, but we'll just keep that in mind. Okay, so we see another torch at the end of the hallway here. Okay, now there's 4. So we'll try with the bottom left, and we'll try to go to the top left. So now we don't know if the first torch is correct. Oh, it looks like I'm guessing correctly. You know what? Let's choose this one next. Wow, 1 try. Nice. Or no. Wait, but which one did I do wrong? Did I do this one wrong? Oh, wait. I see what the puzzle is. Wait. I see what the puzzle is. I'm confused. Oh, so it's not an order. Oh, they put the order on the bottom. Oops. I was looking down, chat. I needed to be... See, normally I have the camera like this, so I don't see that those are numbers. I don't like the camera all the way down. So when I'm looking at the 2 torches, I'm not looking at the floor. But hey, we know for the future, I guess. Ooh, I don't remember which way is the correct way. I think that's also the problem with this dungeon, because a lot of them lead back into the main room, which is what we want to do eventually. But again, we need to get onto that raised platform at some point. So let's just kind of wander around here to see what else we can have access to. Some chests, not too bad. So we got a new weapon for our Fire Seraph and our Water Seraph. And that seems to be a upgrade, because it's 45 attack and 30, so that's 75 versus 81. And this gives us defense. So this is probably worth it. Probably worth it. Don't think we got anything new here. So he's getting 13 attack, or he could get... Oh no, he can't get the other one, that's right. Never mind, we'll leave it as is. So she's still using Bamboo Stack. Ew, why would I ever take this one? It has absolutely no attack power on it. That's a terrible idea. You don't want to remove attack power from your weapons. If I recall correctly, I think we slowly raise the lava in this area. Like, this dungeon's probably one of the more interesting ones compared to some of the other elemental dungeons. But yeah, the music's going all out in the background.
That'll do it.
Speaking of which, how injured are we? Oh, we're not really that injured, surprisingly. What's our weakest food item? Oh, we could just eat the black stuff. We might as well do that. There's a dead end up here, so we should check it out. That spider almost got me. Apple gel, that's good. We burned up most of them. Hey, we got a lot of money back, so that's good. Let's fight this thing for the dialogue.
Orb weavers are among stronger spider helmets.
Be careful of its merciless consecutive attacks.
I got not yet. Let's give it up. It's over.
Do not underestimate me.
Okay, so now we get that little bit of speed bonus. Not doing too bad, chat. We're kind of cruising along. Get to listen to the nice dungeon music. Our wind stepping made us so quick we actually dodged the spider that should have hit us. I think these spiders don't take too long to kill, so we might as well as re-kill one of them. Oh, plus she already Mystic Guarded, so it's definitely not worth retreating at this point.
I got not yet.
It's trying to cast a spell? Apparently it was trying to do Photon Blaze. Not a spell I would have thought a spider would have been casting, but sure. Guess we'll take that.
Snacks were not built in a day, you know.
Yes, they are, Mikleo. Anyway, so we got level ups across the board, which is good. We learned new arts. So I think that fight was definitely worth it from a combat perspective. It actually doesn't seem like leveling increased our health at all. Maybe that's just how it works in this game. Because if you notice, Edna's still at 1080, and we've gone up a lot of levels since we last looked. Strange. So yeah, oh, he has a point of interest detector too, but we'll keep him on wind step. Oh, sorry, he's actually done with this. I guess I could have him stack prep for a little bit. Actually, no. When we're in the dungeon, let's not risk missing a point of interest. So we'll hug the sides because we're less likely to have a spider dropped on us. Is this another sealed door? No, it is not. We can exit this way. There's also stairs here. We have a couple choices to make. So somewhere there's the dead end. We have to guess correctly which way is the dead end. So we can open that door. I'm not sure what that'll do for us. I'm assuming there's treasure in here. We got another roll cake. We got art defense up, which is good because we're going to be dealing with a lot of magic damage, if I remember correctly. So I would like Saray to be as tanky as possible. Ooh, our wind step wore off at the worst time.
Let's run.
So fortunately, they just healed each other, so that's good. We could just exit cleanly. So we got yet another crown for her. And it is yet another downgrade. Oh, game. You never disappoint in the disappointments. So let's go through this way. Chad, has there been a single one that we've accepted at this point for her? I feel like we've skipped every single one. Oh. There's more torches? Where's the other... Chat, did I miss a torch somewhere? Now I'm just confused. I see 1 and 2. I definitely lit them up in the right order. Was there one in here I just didn't see? No, I don't see anything. Very strange, chat.
Be on your guard.
Again, we're not dealing with these monsters.
Resilient aid. Let's get out of here.
I like how their first instinct is to heal me when I'm at like 80% health. So this will reset the torches. Oh, maybe there was another component to it. So I think I lit the torch up from here. Maybe you literally have to light up from where the notch is. Guess we'll see her thoughts and feelings on the fire trial. Apparently she can't breathe. For once in my life, I'm wishing I had one of those improbably skimpy warrior girl outfits. Oh, Rose, that's just wrong. Don't say that. Widgets that all look the same, but they got... Oh, so this is a hint for the puzzle. Whatever. We don't need a hint. We're fine. Let's go ahead and collect this chest. We got boots from it. Yeah, see how there's like a pathway here, but we can't do anything? So I believe we do have to raise the lava, and we'll be using that tile in front of us to kind of zip across. So we still haven't found a mechanism to raise the lava. She already does, though. I mean, she's in Alicia's outfit. It's true, Kirk. It's very true. Because, you know, she's totally not Alicia, like another Alicia. Alicia Mark II. Let's see if we can open up a way to the entrance again, so we don't have to go back the long way later. Unfortunately, it looks like the wolf outruns us, and there's not too much I could really do about that, other than just escape battle.
Let's run!
I liked Alicia's personality more than Rose's. Just gonna throw it out there. Okay, so we've unlocked the way back in case we need to go to the entrance, but we don't need to do that right now, so let's just continue through the dungeon. Music's kind of pumping, kind of nice. I was gonna say, you have to take the time to compliment it when the game actually does something right.
Let's run!
I think the soundtrack to this game is pretty strong overall. Some of the songs from this game I think are reused in Zestiria, which is kind of nice.
Let's run!
Zavid's theme is an example where it transfers between the games. Got another peach gel. Okay, we're getting some safety there. So Crimson Veil. Is this useful to anybody? So she gets 63 attack from this. Ooh. Not sure these are really worth it. I think our current one is better. Like, we get more magic defense with this, but we lose a lot of armor. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because I don't really want Rose's attack power dipping. Because look how high we got Soray's attack compared to Rose's. And she's like so far behind. And her defense is terrible. Seriously, her defense is really bad. Maybe I should just do this so she doesn't die instantly. Oh, there's a door I can't open. So this looks like number 1.
Saray, I'm ready.
It's a boarhead, a vindictive hellion covered in flames.
So it's roast 4, pretty much.
It's time! Howling Blade! Full Tempest!
Goodbye, enemy.
Return to void! Alright!
I do have to say, I think Soray's Mystic Art is probably one of the weakest ones I've seen in a while. Like, it can't multi-hit people. It doesn't do as much damage as you think it does. Like,
Saray, is your sword style
even our Fire Seraph has a much stronger Mystic Art because she's able to hit multiple people with it. Like, just think about how like ridiculously unfair and overpowered they are in Zestiria, and then when you come back to this game, it's just kind of sad. Like, Mystic Art only hitting one person, meanwhile we have like Laphicet God stomping entire encounters with his Mystic Art. It's just like, okay, game. Some slight power differences here. Wait, was there another torch I missed? I'm confused. I only saw 3. Did I accidentally light one of... Oh, there is one over here. Okay, I was gonna say, I didn't think I misplaced myself on the torch lighting.
Looks like there's something nearby.
Oh, we'll check out that point of interest in a moment. So now we're depositing some lava into the arena, so we cannot get access to those chests anymore. Large rock of vermilion ore.
To think there'd be such a large rock of vermilion ore.
That's not good.
What do you mean?
Vermilion ore is a mineral that can only be generated through immensely powerful fire-based seraphic arts.
So there are tough enemies ahead. I say bring it on.
Let your guard down, and you may wind up with more than a little skin burn.
Certainly. This ore is far beyond my capability to produce, even with my fire affinity.
Then what scale are we talking?
Think of an erupting volcano, and you're closer.
Wouldn't be a shrine of trials without a trial or two, I guess.
Someone's unflappable.
But I think he has the right idea. We can't back off now.
You know, all the talk of volcano is just reminding me of the ridiculous scene in the Zestiria volcano. But I won't spoil that for Kirk. That's its own special moment, Kirk. It is truly a great part of the game. I hope maybe one day I'll play it for you, Kirk. Maybe we'll do a new game plus the Zestiria so you can catch it. I might even put that on the vote, honestly. Oh, is that a Norman?
You're there, aren't you?
It is indeed. So we have Shock. And it has paralyzing capability up. None of these I think are really worth it for us. Guess we can add to the bamboo stack just because. So we'll see what the chat thinks, because I played through the game normally already, but I could New Game Plus it all the way through, because we do have a save file still from the stream. And it could just be however far we made it as a group. I could continue from that. You'd be up for that, to take the sour taste of Zestiria from your mouth? I mean, it's fair. It is fair. Maybe we'll do that then. We'll go back to a game that, you know, will make people smile and actually happy and not depressed. So let's see. We raised the lava. So if we take a look down there, we need to basically go down another floor to reach that. But we can also see there's some little side plates. I don't remember if these lead to anywhere in particular. Well, for now, let's go back down the stairs and see what we could do from here.
Don't overdo it, Rose.
Let's get out of here!
The only downside for doing the New Game Plus is that I can't show off one of the enemies because it actually just gets replaced permanently on New Game Plus. So maybe I'll load up an older save file just to show it off. I think I have one of still early in the game. If not, I could just play to that point. It doesn't make a big difference. Because technically, the Dangerous Encounter boss in the first area is replaced with the Legendary Worm, which is completely unkillable. It is hilarious when you do New Game Plus. So we'll get to see that. So for people that haven't seen it before, they'll be like, why is there like a level 150 something monster fighting you? And I'm like, don't worry about it. We're like level 4. We can beat it. No, chat, we can't beat it. It's just like, it just completely stops you. Oh man, so it seems like we can't do anything from over there. So maybe what we have to do is we have to go to the other side of this arena and see if we can take advantage of any of the plates that have risen.
Ready, Mickley?
Yeah, alternatively, if we don't care about using the same exact save file,
Let's run!
I already have a completed game where I have basically unlocked every possible option, so I could also start from that save point, too. We'll have to redress all the characters, though.
Be on your guard!
Hey! Blade bang! Tiger blade!
The only downside to that approach is that all the costumes the chat has chosen from last time wouldn't carry over automatically. But we'll also have some pretty ridiculous cutscenes, because we'll pretty much know every character that could be recruited if we do it that way. Just because, like, if we gave them, for example, the Angel Halo and other things like that, they'll have that in the beginning cutscenes, which is kind of amusing. These enemies are kind of annoying.
Well done.
So we'll see. I'm taking a little bit of damage, so I'm gonna just merge real quick and build some meter.
Let's armatize.
Goodbye, enemies.
Haste makes waste.
Okay. Well, I guess we could see where we could reach from here. Maybe we can light some new torches. Actually, it looks like we're not able to do so. We're not allowed to just embrace death by walking into lava, which is a bit unfortunate. There must be somewhere I missed, chat. Oh, I know what we need to do. So we went to this place and it raised it. I don't think we went into this area and raised it. So let's go back up a floor. Have a nice little stroll through here. This is kind of a long dungeon to do without a save, because we're basically completing it in one shot. So we're going to be very careful that we find a save point before we go to that center arena. She's apparently up for some fusion. Is that like the maximum amount of fusion points or something? Why did she just announce it then? No, it looks like we could still potentially get more. We don't really have duplicates of anything we're using. Like, I could get rid of the thorny vests and merge them, but we're using them, so that's not really worth it. I mean, I guess I can merge a flame ring with one of these, I guess. Just so she has more defense. And we could take the wind ring we have here. And we could, I guess, merge it with this one. So we'll do some very light upgrades. Again, I don't intend to spend a lot of time within these menus. But we have so many points, I think it's actually probably worth it. So because I use Edna so much, I probably should just upgrade her boots. Honestly. Like, we just want her with more defense. Now we have Burning Dash, which we can merge with... I don't really want to get rid of the dragon capability, but I guess we could, in theory. Yeah, maybe Blast Gauge is more useful. Okay, so we use some of our fusion points. Again, we'll be building up a lot of them just for the end of the game. When we're finally in a dungeon, we're consistently going to stay in. Okay, focus +3, we'll give it to Rose. Because again, her being able to attack more often is good for us. There we go, we have figured out the puzzle of the torches. And we are going to raise the lava one more time, and we're going to see if we could get to anything special from this side with the torches. how our characters don't just melt instantly upon being too close to the lava, we're not going to worry about that. So it seems like now that we've raised it, it just lets us get back to the treasure. Maybe this is the game's way of just making sure we can't accidentally lock ourselves out of treasure. So we know we need to go that way in order to get the chest. Okay. So again, I'm a little concerned. We did basically this whole dungeon. I would like to not game over. So we're gonna go find a save point.
Don't overdo it. Bro. Lord of Fire! Smite double level it!
Let's run!
Ooh, I think she burned the blast gauge, but didn't get the healing from it. That sucked, actually. I should have canceled the escape. So unfortunately, now we're in a situation where our allies are very injured and their blast gauge is basically 0. Again, we did this entire dungeon at this point without a save point. I would like to save before we go any further. We'll even rest at the inn too. The level of fire should still be maintained from us leaving, I'm pretty sure. So we'll continue through. And it's not like it's not like we really killed that many enemies either, so it's not like it makes a big difference. So let's just quickly heal and save. We'll pick a food item that interests us. We'll do a party heal. Maybe that'll be good.
After coming to Gadadin, I can see why the people value their pope. I mean their chief so much.
Yeah, it's the story of humans.
I saw so much without that space, chat.
Weak though they may be, they can always make amends. Though even now I can't say for sure if my decision was correct.
But that's who you are, Saray. Doubts and all. If nothing else, that's why we follow you.
Even if you suck sometimes.
But hey, it all ended well, right? Rose didn't even have to chop anyone to bits.
I don't know about that. She looks like she's still making pro and con lists.
Just like you, right?
I do hope Rose finds a path in life that doesn't involve killing people anymore.
You and the rest of us.
A path without killing, huh?
Okay, so we're gonna fish for another cutscene just in case. I think we'll do the one where if we get really injured, we'll heal 30%. Let's have that bonus on for us.
Whew, I'm full. What happiness.
Hello, Skid. Oh, gross.
You really shouldn't do that.
That's pretty bad manners.
You're eating too quickly. Take your time.
Oh, come on. Stew is practically a drink. Even if I slow down, it'll be gone soon anyways.
Then at least try not to burp.
And stew is definitely not a drink. It's a dish prepared through the honing and condensation of the flavors. It takes time to make it. You should savor it.
Whatever, I'm totally savoring this dish, and savoring it hard. Enough of the lip already.
I swear you're such a heathen.
Oh, chat. Are they trying to make her unlikable? Like, are they honestly trying that? Like, I swear, like, every cutscene, she just gets, like, a little worse. Like, I'm trying to give the game the benefit of the doubt, but honestly, when you have cutscenes like that, like, really? What character personality, or what does that appeal to? What are they doing with that? I swear they're trying to make you hate her on purpose. Oh, point of interest. Oh, we found more ore. Thank you, point of interest detection.
It looks like something was dug up here.
This red stone, maybe?
Vermilion ore, you mean?
Come again?
It's a rare type of mineral. It's a crystallization of nutrients in the earth, often used as medicine. But
I've read about this stuff. Some of its elements are highly toxic, so it can be tricky to handle.
Right. This is what they're using to make the fake elixir.
So So there we go. Sell people addictive ingredients, pass it off as elixir. And I guess the Pope is okay with doing this, even though this would cause people health problems. And he knows that it's not elixir. Like, he would know, chat. He would know it's not real elixir. So we're going into some very gray territory at this point with him. So I think what we need to do is we need to go this way and descend down the stairs. Now, what we should also do to take advantage of Edna is let's also have her pumping up fusion. And since we found pretty much every point of interest, we might as well have Saray cooking snacks or something. Just so that he builds up another talent, and it doesn't hurt to have extra snacks for later. Because we'll be doing that to heal outside of combat. So that's generally where I will only try to use the items, is just outside of combat. Like, if our stats are just absolutely terrible. Like, having 0 blast gauge on Rose right now is actually a big problem. I might consider I'm gonna get into a fight. I want her to have more blast gauge. 0 is way too low. Hopefully she builds a little bit of it. So she's getting a little bit of meter back. Because keep in mind, if she doesn't at least have a 1, she can't armatize. And if she can't armatize, she can't heal herself. And if she can't heal herself, she's just gonna die instantly. So now that it's at least at half a bar, maybe she'll have enough for the boss. Oh, camera, please. Oh, I unlocked free run so I can move as I want. That's nice. Using free run there to not get stuck forever. So Lila now has a blast gauge, which is good. I'm gonna purposely not kill the enemy. Yeah, there we go.
The day when Seraphim and humans can coexist will come.
They can't even see us.
So we got Fusion Fancier title acquired. I guess because she leveled Fusion to max or something. Oh no, it's still going. So what kind of title is this for Lila? Oh. Wait, it's not for Lila? Wait, who got the title then? What? I'm so confused. Wait, what? How did... It definitely said we got that just then. Where is it? I don't think it's like a battle action, so I don't know what else it would be. Chat, I'm thoroughly confused. Like, I didn't see it anywhere. I wish there was a way to quickly see all the titles, but... I mean, it would have made sense for Lila to have it, but I don't see it. Oh no, here it is. Here it is. I didn't realize it would be a bronze title. Interesting. I was looking at the silver ones. My bad, chat. Well, anyway, we've gone down the stairs. We now at least have some blast gauge, which is good. So this should probably be safe. I mean, technically, instead of Lila, we should probably put Dezel there for now, because he has the most blast gauge. Okay, chat, so we now finally have permission to go through here. And I remember being very frustrated with this boss on the harder difficulties. I'm hoping it is not super obnoxious. So what's going to have to happen is eventually we're going to get access to a stone, which I think we reach because this is an elevator. And when that happens, we basically have to survive until they're done chatting about the stone, because we as the player are not allowed to do anything on our own, and they will just kind of babble forever. Honestly, I probably should have set up a timer. I feel like it's going to be like a minute plus of us not being able to do anything against the boss. It's pretty absurd, Chad. Huh? That was weird. I did the flame action, but it didn't light up. Alright, chat, so we've now unlocked the ability to go further into the real boss arena. Because if you saw before, there was a long corridor, so this is our last chance to save. We will absolutely take the save point.
But still, isn't it almost too neat of a coincidence that this turned out to be a shrine of trials?
I believe it. There's vermilion ore all over the place after all.
Good point. Vermilion ore is only formed in the aftermath of the use of powerful fire seraphic arts.
By powerful, you mean like Lila's arts?
I'm afraid not. My flames are yet too weak to create vermilion ore.
Meaning there's an art user out there even stronger than Lila.
I mean, Lila seems kind of weak, honestly, but sure. Okay, chat, we're gonna take a little step here. Oh, there's a point of interest, but we're gonna get cutscened. Ugh. Oh, what a tease. I can't count it yet, chat. We haven't seen it formally.
That crest.
So this is the Shrine of Musif, one of the 5 lords.
You see that stone on our left, chat? We have to go there.
Call forth flame. It is said that he appears only at the beginning and the end of the world.
Meaning we don't want to meet him.
So, now what do we do?
That stone slab sure looks fishy. Don't know what it is, but maybe we can take a stab at it.
Take a slab at it.
Ancient lettering.
It's not encrypted or anything. I can read it. To those of good will who would stand against evil.
Place thine hands upon the monuments in the cardinal directions, and Musif's purifying flames shall be bequeathed unto thee.
Whoa, dang, you're all smart and stuff.
Oh, jeez.
I like ruins.
So, what does it mean?
Well, basically, if we put our hands over the 4 monuments, we'll get the power of Musif, I guess.
Well, shoot, that sounds easy enough. Oh no! There!
Must be his domain.
Okay, chat. I'm gonna pause, but we can officially start the timer. I cannot kill this boss until the game gives us permission. So start the timer now.
Be gone!
I take back what I said! This is crazy as hell!
Touch the monument, and we can break the domain!
Oh, I did enough damage. Are we...
Dang, pull together!
Okay, this is a problem. The game is not letting me free run. There we go. Okay, hold on. we can pause the timer briefly. Oh no, I can't heal myself due to burn. I might be dead already, chat. There's nothing I could really do about this.
Dang, pull together!
Oh, okay, we'll pause for now. It's fine. I think on normal difficulties it's much okay. Normal difficulties it's a lot more easy. I normally wait forever on chaos, maybe because it's damage related.
We're back!
Guys!
Yes! We broke through the domain!
And my burns healed too!
Okay, now we can actually fight the boss. It still took like a minute to do, even on normal. Unfortunately, I'm now very injured. Rose instantly died, by the way, chat. Also, why did put Lila in my party? I didn't have Lila equipped here. That was very rude, game. I didn't realize it did that right away.
You handle it.
Eat this!
You handle it.
Ready? Come on, everyone!
Ooh, we did a lot of damage there. Unfortunately, this boss is extremely highly damaging. So we're gonna have to do our best. Yeah, I think we got lucky. I think it's damage based because what normally happens is that if you're playing on a higher difficulty, they will not advance the dialogue. Like we had like a really quick back and forth there, but because we did just enough damage, it went back to back. Normally there's like a very long gap if you're under leveled and you do that. So it was a less obvious issue on normal. Alright, I'm gonna split apart since he keeps doing that nonsense. I think the same issue happens like when we were trying to get Rose summoned. I think they have the same thing where the dialogue won't advance unless you do enough damage. I'm trying to get a long combo here. I think I'm doing okay. Oh, I ran out of meter. That wasn't my fault, Chad. I just ran out. I couldn't continue it any further. If I had tag swapped into Edna, it would have broken combo regardless. But that's not too bad. Yeah, see there, I tried to swap and it just ends the combo instantly, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm gonna try to end with a special finisher. I need to see how much health he has left, though. He still has over 2,000. We're gonna try to wound him a bit more. Alright, next combo I should be able to kill him. Or not, he'll just block. I'm just gonna block this. Oh, it targeted her. Oh, I did it too early. Hopefully this will kill him. Oh, it cutscened us, so I couldn't kill him.
It can't be purified?
I would think not. Despite appearances, this one isn't a Hellion.
Well spotted. This form you see is but a facade.
May we presume you are one of the Protector Seraphim who serves the Lord Musif?
Quite so. I am Exio, the Protector Seraph of Fire.
Were you acting as a Hellion just to test us?
I needed to verify you were worthy of receiving the blessing. Be not aggrieved.
And the result?
You passed the trial of strength. Accordingly, I shall grant you the power of Musif, deity of fire amongst the 5 lords. Lift up your sword.
Thank you, Exio.
These flames shall carve the binding brand.
Binding brand?
It is very simple. Choose either yourself or your fire seraph, and with these flames, char their face.
Huh?
Don't fret, you're not going to die.
That is not the problem.
You sought to undertake this trial. Are you not prepared for the consequences? Answer me, Shepherd. To whom shall you direct those flames? What shall they scorch?
I...
Saray, no!
Lila!
Please, you mustn't attempt to carry the burden entirely alone. In its enormity, it will surely wound you. And then... once more. And I cannot allow the same mistake to happen.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't myself. Fethmis Mioma!
When performing a combo while fire armatized, hold... Oh, we have a Mystic Art now. Since our allies won't attack, we can't really abuse this for combos, it seems.
I shall burn all of the malevolent.
This attack is pretty good. I do like that Mystic Art.
Incredible.
And that's why I probably switched to Lila later on in the game, just because that's a big AoE.
The spiritual power of fire left by Musif. The power needed to break the Hellion's domain, and to stand against the Lord of Calamity. An excellent answer, Shepherd.
A Hellion. Wasn't it purified?
Not a Hellion. This is my true form.
Oh? Well, I guess that's alright then.
Meanwhile, the chat was basically gonna go, lame. I like the other one better.
Just what I'd expect from one who passed both trials.
Oh, Zestiria, you don't even move their mouth.
Ah, so it was a test of strength and spirit.
Let us exchange introductions once again, Shepherd Soray. I am the Seraph Exio.
So this was all intentional? Pretty devious of you.
Unavoidably so, yes. It is the Shepherd's fate to oppose the deviousness of humans. If the theatrics were perhaps a little much, well, I was after all once human myself.
Really?
My, you really don't know anything, do you? Long have I been a Seraph, but I was not born as one.
I think the lizard might have a beard, chat.
There are two types of seraphim. Those who were born into it, and humans who became seraphim at some point.
Is that right?
That's news to me.
So, were the turtles seraphim just turtles before?
You're Lila, correct? You obtained
Why didn't they subtitle that?
through the
Norman
oath, I
seraphim
see.
came from just Norman.
Hold on a sec.
It
What
must
even
have
is a
taken
Norman?
great determination. What was it you
They look
lost
sort
to
of like
obtain
bears,
the power?
but they also have mousy kind of bits too.
Nothing.
Then
Just by
why
being
not just
here,
call them mouse
Saray gives me
bears?
back far more than I ever lost.
That would just be too easy.
What now?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying you're like an apple jow. You both restore health and taste great.
Huh?
For a shepherd, you're more amusing than I had expected.
What's that supposed to mean? People keep saying things like that.
I'm sure it's a good thing. Come on, let's go.
3 trials yet remain. Keep your wits about you, and be ever steadfast.
Okay, hold on. Tutorial. Okay, scenario skills, spiritual powers. By acquiring the spiritual powers of the shepherd, you learn not only mystic arts for armonization, but also scenario skills that remove certain status ailments from all party members. You can check these skills by viewing each seraph's title. Scenario skill? I don't even remember that, chat. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know what that means. We're gonna have to check the menu. Got proof of fire, title leveled up, learned flamberge. Well, let's take a look at her arts so I can try to recall what this is talking about. Silent Apocalypse we can't use, unfortunately. Let's check her Armatized form. Oh, she unlocked Crown Fire. That's probably one of my favorite spells. Oh, they're referencing Burning Echo, but we actually don't have Burning Echo. At least not according to this. Crown Fire I think I used a lot in Zestiria. It's kind of like a... It kind of looks like a cloud that when it finally hits something, it explodes. It was like a decent medium range technique. It basically tracked to a target. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It's right there. I was expecting it to be a new skill, but we probably had it for a while. Do I have to see it in... Chat, I don't know what the scenario skills are. I'm assuming we get more below where we were just looking, but... I don't see anything else there. Well, anyway, we got into combat, so we have some brief movement speed. So, one moment. We're gonna take a look at the tutorial, but I will actually take a, 1 minute pause. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. So, they're telling us how to unleash mystic arts. So, here's a big problem with this game. We need 4 blast gauge in order to even do a mystic art while armatized. But, the default amount is only 3. So... Unfortunately, that means like it's gonna be hard to store exactly 4 between both of these characters. Like when we armatize, we get a combination of each character's blast gauge, but it still like consumes so much because you have to think about it this way: it's gonna cost us 1 blast gauge to even armatize in the first place. So we're gonna be using 5 out of the 6 available bars. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of blast gauge to burn just to get to the Mystic Art. So let's go ahead and save. That went pretty well. And up we go, chat. So I think we are setting up for the cathedral scene. I think we got through this entire dungeon. We now have the means to deal with the Cardinal. Was her name like Fortran? I'm trying to remember.
What the?
Or is that a different character? Darn, those names are so tricky, chat. Tricky names. Well, anyway, we're gonna confront the Pope, and I think that wouldn't be a bad place to end. I just want to make sure we don't have anything. Oh, actually, you know what? We could do one more thing after that. We could go back to the caves, because now that we have Edna's Rock Punch, we should be able to at least get some treasure on the way there. Oh wait, I think it was Lady Fortran was Alicia's sister. I might be getting confused.
Tiger Blade! Earth Dragon Fang! I got you! Be gone! Earth Dragon Fang! I won't.
Oh, I went to Mystic Art and Mikleo beat me to it. His is also pretty nice for a solo Mystic Art. It does hit a decent range of targets. I just feel like Soray's just doesn't do well, which is kind of disappointing.
Howling Blade! Full Tempest! Hang on, everyone! Ready? Ready?
Wow, we went all out on these enemies, chat. Those poor enemies.
Well, that's a wrap.
And because we killed them with Mystic Arts, we're more likely to get items. That's why we ended up with 2 swords and a boot, because we essentially just murdered them with nothing but Mystic Arts. So that's kind of a nice thing they added to the system. I think that's a welcome change to influence the item drop rate. Okay, so we're gonna go report our findings to Little Pope Rebo, as it were. Alright, so the guy that attacked us earlier apologized. But we still don't have a way of really clearing the malevolence.
Shepard!
We managed to overcome the trial. Now we have a chance against the malevolence of the Cardinal.
The Fortin I remember was sincere and devout.
Fortin.
With a sense of responsibility second to none. How could she do something like this? No, perhaps I don't have the right to say such things.
Malevolence in the hearts of mankind sure is complicated.
Yeah. I do hope we find a way to bring salvation to them. Someday.
Agreed.
If anyone can do it, you can.
Uh-oh. So we had, Dark Lord stares at us instead of trying to prevent us from doing anything, but he seemed to have a companion with him, which will start influencing the future events a little bit. So Berseria actually kind of hints about the character that's this guy's companion, but we never actually see this character in Berseria. So I will not give more of a hint. It was kind of like a one-shot in Berseria, but I'll bring it up again when the time comes.
I wonder what's happening in Pendrago now.
If we take too much time, Sergei and his brigade may be forced into a situation where they need to take action.
It would also give Fortin more time to devise a trap.
Don't even say that!
Just stating a fact.
Though it is a shame.
Yeah.
If we don't do anything, the situation won't get any better.
That's for sure.
The Dog Whisperer.
That's so.
There's more of those dogs now.
Maybe Dezel has some new friends?
Well, that's no good.
He's talking with those dogs.
From a normal person's perspective, I bet we don't look any less weird.
Don't lump me together with those mutts.
But the dogs do feel the same, in a good way.
Those dogs are so mature.
If they're mature, then so am I. Give me some credit for once.
So we'll just quickly eat here to see if we have a new skit.
Rose? Oh, please excuse me. Is this better?
Yeah, much. So, what's up?
I just wanted to thank you properly. Thank you very much for saving Saray in the battle.
Oh, think nothing of it. It was a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing.
Maybe. But your courageous acts and spirit were very moving.
They were?
Hey.
Come on, show yourself! Now, what do you want?
I was just going to tell you not to overdo it with all the flattery. Also, sorry for surprising you.
Just don't do it again!
I apologize too soon.
That was even fiercer than when we saw her in battle.
Okay, so let's go ahead and save real quick here. Let's just make sure. Let's see if we have any more skits. Oh no, that was the last one. So I'm just trying to think if there were any other crossovers. This one was more of a hint. I don't think it was like specifically that this character was there. But I was trying to think of something else I might have missed from the crossover. I think if we were listening carefully to the Pendrago royal family name, I believe that is the same family last name as the ones in Zestiria for Oscar. Like the Dragonians or something like that. Just want to throw that out there, Chad. Well, we're going to have the stew because that just helps us not die. And by us, I mean mostly our AI companions. Because I feel like most of them will get injured, and by extension, I'll end up injured. I was gonna say, Rose is Rose. I guess that's why she got that true name. She's certainly a character. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is that, I think in terms of order, the game assumes you will now go to the cave that we visited before. And at this point, you would have gained a few levels of experience, and then the trial would have been a bit easier. Oh, I don't know if I went over this way before. Let me double check, because they like to put herbs on the edges of cliffs, so I want to make sure I received the item that was up here. So we're just gonna do a quick look. Looks like I was not up here, so it's good to double check. That monster is slowly getting closer to us. Please go away. Sidekick mask. Mask worn by hero's sidekick. Try not to be mistaken for a bandit. Found a new discovery point. Okay. I had a feeling that was probably a point of interest. Speaking of which, we should probably put the point of interest detection back on Saray. So I think we could give him the sidekick mask. I want to say, I don't remember if this came up in the chat before, but I almost want to say that Mikleo is the same voice actor in English as Handsome Mask from Sailor Moon, so I decided to put the mask on him. I feel like that's come up either on stream or in the past, but I'm pretty sure it's the same voice actor. He is most definitely the sidekick in this. Let's continue forward. So we're gonna go and get revenge on that cave. And we also have a shortcut back, and we can punch our way to the capital city again. We'll also stop off in Lastenbell, and I think once we do so, that'll be the conclusion of the stream. But for now, we're gonna try to clear the cave. Maybe we'll get some optional content. We're gonna do our best to just avoid as much combat as possible, though. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Let's just do snack prep. It's fine. We're just slowly accruing those fusion points, chat. We have so many, I might even just consider swapping Edna to money making. Actually, no, snack prep is better. Let me do that, actually. We don't really need more fusion points this quickly. But extra food for grade, that's worth it. Okay, so we went that way this time. Let me go the opposite direction, because we know there was a wall we couldn't destroy this way. So let's take advantage of the fact that we got a little sneak peek of this area. I don't think we took the long way there, but I really doubt there's anything different. Unfortunately, these caves are mostly just really empty. Like, there's just long stretches of nothing. And that's kind of unfortunate. I wish they made this design a bit more interesting. I almost thought something was going to drop down from the ceiling, so I did a quick look up there, but that appears to not be the case. So, hopefully we get some treasure or something from coming over here. Pound cake, we've received those. We like taking desserts from this place for some reason. Now we've unlocked a little shortcut here, which is pretty useless because that's the only time we're ever going to use it, so... a bit unfortunate, really.
Let's just get out alive!
And they fuse for some reason. I really wish they don't fuse. See, I wish they could sense, the AI could sense that I'm using the escape action, because sometimes they just blow their blast gauge on like the stupidest things when you're trying to leave combat. Again, oh, hello Norman. I didn't see you before. I should probably switch to Norman detection so I find you more easily next time.
It's here.
Every time I keep wanting to continue leveling a skill, we end up finding something else that needs me to swap it. So their personal abilities I don't really care about. I'm just kind of arbitrarily putting it on our equipment. I saw something about blast gauge while defending, and I'm like, I guess I'll do it. We'll see how it goes. Again, we're probably going to do a little bit of a cleanup to get the rest of the Norman and or the missing points of interest. I'm not sure if there's really a way to see how many tutorials we've seen. I know that we have a point of interest detector, but those monoliths, I'm not sure if there's a counter for it. We'll double check at some point. Like, to see how many we actively have is the question. So we can't go that way because we don't have the shortcut unlocked. There's a big path over here. I want to say that's where we saw the lock chest. That is a lot of magicians.
Let's get out of here.
We're not dealing with the chat. No, thank you. Their experience and gold is not worth our time. That enemy was actually pretty hard to see because he hadn't spawned in yet. So that's a bit unfortunate. It's kind of hard to avoid things you can't see. I mean, I guess I could stick more to the side walls for now. Hey, we got a lot of money from that. That's good, because we're kind of poor right now, and until we get to a later point in the game where we could get drop bottles, we're going to be poor for quite some time. So we have just a ludicrous series of winding paths here. I mean, just look at this, chat. We have such a big place to explore, and there's not that much to see, unfortunately. But we'll try to destroy our way towards some chests. So now we've just simply received hat as a fashion item. So we could give ourselves like a little cowboy hat thing. I don't think I showed off the dog ears. I don't know who would work best with it. Wait, can you add a hat to his hat? No, you can't. I was just curious. Oh, that might work. Let's move them higher, chat. Oh, not the Z-axis, the Y-axis. There we go. Soray's hair is clipping out of it slightly. Well, let's see. Maybe we can modify this to be a little bigger. Yeah, let's make it a little bigger. That should help it with the clipping. Then we'll raise it up on his head slightly. No, that's... His hair is just so spiky, chat. I'd have to make it much bigger. That's getting progressively more ridiculous the more it increases. There we go. Now we have something completely oversized. So I'll bring it more in proportion with what it was before. Yeah, this is probably fine. You know what? We're just chilling out. There we go. Big old cowboy hat. We're the hero now. We are the most serious of protagonists, chat. It's super serious. I think that covered up his hair clipping through. I guess we could take a look at the close-up. Oh, there's like a little strand of it. We'll move it forward just a little bit. We'll touch it up. These are the important things, chat. Like the plot, nah, it's fine. we'll figure it out. Oh, not the double wings. Yes. No. I wanted the hat. Move it forward. Or backwards works a little bit. Yeah, don't need it too much of a percentage. Looks like it's just like barely visible there. So you could probably shrink it a little bit in that case. No, that's too small. So it could still be pretty ridiculous. I guess I'll put it back to close to where it was. It's good enough. Good enough. It's just got the massive hat. It's fine. Oh, we got a dragon tail. So we already have one of those for Mikleo, so I'm not really looking to swap his item out yet. Got an herb. Okay, I mean, we'll not say no to more defense. We know Rose is going to take it in the face like a million times throughout the game, so her having more defense is probably good. I suppose I should open up the shortcut that's over here. Yeah, I don't want to make it too big, because I do want to see past the characters in some cutscenes. I'm okay with the wings though, because they're a bit lower than his head is. But if his hat is like as big as the wings are, like we're not going to see anybody in any cutscene. But I don't mind the hat being a little larger than normal though. Oh look, the tiger's trying to chase us. So we've already recovered all the peach gels I used in Lila's challenge. At this point, we might be strong enough to do Mikleo's. I mean, he's leveled a little bit. But I think we'll probably save that for next time. We'll try to do that on our way out of the Laston Bell area. So we have a big old roundabout here. This seems like where a boss should be. So let's see how that goes. Let's touch the save point, the very ominously placed save point. Huh. Nothing has happened here. I'm trying to think if I'm mistaking it for a different game or if we indeed come back here at some point. I feel like there was like an armadillo or something. Was it this game or am I thinking of Berseria again? Darn the crossover knowledge. So I'm pretty sure we fight a boss there. So we've just unlocked a shortcut for later. I mean, that's why the save point is here, I'm pretty sure. But in the meantime, we'll level up snack preparation. We'll help everybody else get along. Speaking of which, so now that I'm not concerned about missing anything else, I just want to see that everybody's skill is where I want it to be. Fusion I can probably leave as is. Snack prep there is going pretty good. We've been avoiding combat for a little bit, so I'll put him on snack prep. Like, I think when we're in town, I definitely want it to be on wind stepping, just because it makes it really quick. So, like, the 1 second it costs me to switch in the menu, I feel like is completely made up by the fact that wind stepping carries over for so long. Oh, there is a chest that we can unlock here.
Shall we go?
Yeah, like, I'm escaping this combat, so... Bye.
Let's get out of here!
So there's still something we have to come back for, but I think we reduced a lot of it, fortunately. And we opened up a shortcut, so that saves us time later. Trying to think if there's anywhere else we could explore. I could take the long way over here, just to verify there's no items. And then I think we'll just exit normally. Ooh, I'm getting really injured. This is not good.
Resilient aim.
Okay, our allies are healing us at least.
Let's just get out alive.
Yeah, everybody's very injured because we're escaping combat constantly. So I'm gonna eat the black stuff so that way we just get a very small health increase. What is this?
Hey, looks like a helictite.
A what?
A helictite. It's like a stalactite that grows all bent.
Wow, yeah. It's all warped and twisted.
Like a certain someone we know.
But don't stalactites take a long time to form?
Yeah, it's basically been growing along a deviant path since time immemorial. Like a certain someone we know.
It's weird, sure, but it's got a kind of ethereal beauty as well.
Yeah.
Go on.
Again, I feel like most of the skits that do make me laugh or that I do enjoy
I tried it myself, but I'm sure it's tasty.
always involve Edna or Mikleo. I don't think there's been a single skit where if one of them wasn't somehow in it that I liked.
Resilient aim.
Let's take our leave.
Oh, hey Jonas, how's it going? Well, unfortunately, we're towards the end of the stream, but hopefully you enjoy me attempting to leave this massive cave. We'll take a pit stop in Lastenbell, I think, before we end the stream. Or actually, you know what? I could try doing, maybe Mikleo's Crucible. I guess I have enough time to do it. It's not too late. Yeah, we could probably do that. But unfortunately, we're just kind of traveling through a way too open space. This wouldn't be too bad if we had a faster means of travel. Like, I almost wish wind stepping was our actual dash speed for how big the map is. I mean, just look at this chat. Like, we're so far away from the exit. I probably should have just used the save point, in retrospect, to just fast travel out of here. And just pay the money. But it is what it is. I mean, we did at least double check to make sure there was no other treasure. Yeah, for the speed at which our characters move, this is just way too big. So you're having pizza, Jonas? Is it just the plain pizza? Do you have some toppings on it? You gotta let the chat know. We have to imagine and taste the pizza.
On you all. Let's just get out alive.
We're like, goodbye, combat. We're not dealing with you in this game. You just posted your controversial pizza topping opinion on Twitter. Is it approval of pineapple? Is that where that's going? Because that's usually the most divisive one. If you want to start a fight in chat, you just say something about pineapple, and inevitably there will be a fight.
Resilient aim. Let's get out of here.
Pepperoni, corn, corn? Why corn on a pizza?
Healing powers. Let's get out of here.
I notice I'm taking a lot of damage getting into these encounters. I mean, black olives I've seen before. Pepperoni's pretty common in the US. Pineapple is not... it is not liked in the US for the most part. I'm not going to say it's the least favorite. I think that goes to anchovies, but it's pretty low on the list. It's very much an acquired taste. Just talking from a statistic standpoint. Personally, I don't prefer pineapple on a pizza, since we're just talking about pizza now. But I'm also not a big fan of pineapple in general, so that's not... It just, to me, I just don't like it. It's just like, I could have it separately, I wouldn't eat it separately. Unless it's like very small amounts of something added. But even at that point, it's basically like not even having it. I was gonna say, pineapple to me is more of a Canadian thing. Anyway, we're just gonna super punch our way out of here. That way we don't have to take the very long about cavern to escape. So I see a chest we haven't been to up ahead. I'm just making sure we haven't missed anything else by just checking the map every now and then. So we're having a nice little stroll. We're doing some cleanup of the treasures. We got a life bottle back, so we discarded a lot of them and got 2 of them back, I think, so far. That eagle is so close to us, chat. Please don't start a fight with me. Please don't start a fight with me. I hope we are exactly the speed that he is moving. Okay, it was. Good. I'm like, no thank you. I'm not interested in more fights. So anyway, let's just force our way out of here. With Edna's best ability, giant strength, we are just gonna smash through everything. But not that rock, apparently. So I can see there's a save point there, so let's go ahead and touch it. Hopefully we didn't miss the skit. We probably missed the skit, it's fine. But in any case, we're gonna check over here. I want to say there was an herb near this rock area. Or was it on the other side? I don't see it here, though. We might have picked it up earlier, because we did a little sneak peek in here. Let's also get this treasure chest, since it's right here. Cheesecake acquired. Okay. So now we are at the Meadow of Triumph. We're probably gonna take a break in Last and Bell. But we could potentially do Miklio's trial. I'm trying to remember where that was. I think it was in the next area. Yeah, I don't know. Corn to me, I don't know. It's not something I would put on pizza. I mean, at that point, I don't feel like I can call it a pizza. Like, does corn work with bread? Like, yes. But does it work with cheese? I don't know about that. Like, tomato and corn goes together okay. But it is what it is, I suppose. Actually, why am I walking back here? Let's just teleport to Last and Bell. Uh-oh, you're making plans for the Blackout Club. Did you guys end up going on to, Humble Bundle? Because I think that was on sale there. I went into the wrong menu, chat. I realized I was like, wait a minute, I don't have to save here. So we have not unlocked anything new because we haven't been doing that many fights. So why don't we save point travel quickly to Last and Bell. I don't think it'll let us go all the way back. I don't think so. Yeah, it won't let us go back still. But we'll just check out the inn in Last and Bell and see how that goes. Oh, I was referring more to Chris getting the game, because I didn't think Chris had the game, from my understanding. See, Jonas, I wouldn't be surprised if you had the horror games. That to me is not the surprise. Mr. Dead by Daylights. So let's see. I could go to Pendrago. I don't really want to. Can we shortcut somewhere into the pasture? Yes, we can actually go straight to the Crucible. like kind of sad music playing as we're on the pasture. There's still an area to the southwest we can't go to. Hey, the character having the circle ability is nice for pointing it out. So we know about the gorge. We're not concerned about that. We can't cross the Camelot Bridge yet. The ruins we could go back into, but I don't think we'll do that at the moment. We'll save that for after the cathedral scene. We'll come back up to the ruins at some point. I will acknowledge that we should probably do that dungeon at some point. Do our little slow walk as we run around. Well, we're gonna give it a quick shot, chat, to see if we could beat it with Mikleo. This was kind of hard, but we'll see what we could do. I mean, our equipment has improved since then, and we've gone up a few levels.
Time for battle.
And unfortunately, the game has started me off injured, which I probably should have healed beforehand. Yeah, that...
Surging Current! Wind Flow! Surging Current! Wind Flow! Howling Deluge! Burst Force!
Alright, we're abusing some spells, I think. So let's get out of here.
The power of water! With my strength, this is what I'm capable of!
We are out of there, chat. We don't want to deal with any of these enemies.
Don't toy with me!
Ooh, I don't like that spell at all. It is not working for us. So again, we're going to try to play defensive to get through this.
The power of water!
Do I only have one skill equipped? What's going on? Oh, okay. That would explain it. I'm trying to do other skills and I'm like, why is nothing happening? It was on automatic, which was not good for us.
Lunar Stream! Try this! The power of water! Don't toy with me! The power of water! Don't toy with me!
Oh. Interesting, interesting. Oh, I got healed, I think, from the stew effect, which is nice. Unfortunately, these enemies are not being very cooperative. So we'll do this attack. We'll do this attack if the game lets me. I want to dodge that. We're just gonna try to snipe them with this, I think.
Heavenly powers! Gathering swell! The power of water! Don't toy with me!
Okay, so we're doing some decent damage to them. Again, I feel like the orc farmers are like weirdly way too hard. I don't understand why they do so much damage and they're so hard to interrupt.
This is what I'm kicked with my strength!
Unfortunately, I'm also really low on SP. I think his focus is not the best. Let's use our Mystic Art here.
Nope! Crystal Ride! Surging Currents! Wind Flow! Surging Currents! Wind Flow! Fracture Ice! Freeze Lancer!
Yeah, Freeze Lancer seems like the most useful for just dealing with these crowds. And unfortunately I got paralyzed, which is bad, as he said. So I'm randomly gonna lose my combo. Like that. Thanks, game. Okay, that combo worked. Again, the AI is kind of dumb on normal, which is good. We'll take advantage of that. See, when they're stunned like this, I think I want to be able to... I think I want to be able to heal with this.
Smite the Malevolence! Resilient aim!
Yeah, see, that was worth it. If we get a stun, we can heal ourselves a little bit. That's the plus side of Mikleo.
Nope.
Oh, I manually dodged that, but now I'm just getting punished. Alright, if he's gonna stand away from us and not attack, we're gonna take advantage of this to not use items. Alright, so we're gonna stand still for a little bit just so we can get the piercing attack.
Healing powers! Frost,
Okay, we have a Mystic Art. Oh no, we're dealing with fairies. This isn't good. I have to run.
Enough! Enough! Not yet! Torrent Fang! Howling Deluge! Burst Force! Howling Deluge! Burst Force!
Fortunately, the snake attacks seem to be hidden arts, so they're not able to actually interrupt us with some moves. So we're taking advantage of that. So I'm glad he has the ability to heal himself, because this fight would be a lot more annoying. As he uh-ohs himself. Again, his combos are actually pretty interesting. It's just a shame there's no reason to ever really play as the Seraphs. I dare you to spellcast in my face. Oh, cool. Now I get free healing because you decided to spellcast for no reason. Thank you, Fairy. You're doing pretty good. We're basically full health.
With my strength! Be silent! Be silent!
Be silent, chat. Yeah, the orc farmers were the hardest challenge. Like, these things... Oh, skunks could be kind of annoying, too. But honestly, the orc farmers are just so irritating to deal with when you're by yourself. They're the worst.
Howling Deluge! Burst Pressure Ice! Freeze Lancer! Howling Deluge!
I just want to be careful, because that attack is not blockable, where they do the skunk spray. And unfortunately, these are like, they're weirdly good at projectiles. It doesn't really make sense. Skunks are like some of the deadliest marksmen in the game. Just doesn't... Something about that just doesn't seem right.
I won't hold back. Nope. Crystal Ride.
Okay, and that attack will hit both of those skunks, so I almost got two with one Mystic Art. So unlike Saray, his actually has a decent AoE. Oh, I interrupted that. Okay. And again, it'll do that, which I don't want to have happen if I'm spellcasting. So we're going to try our best to combo here, but again, he's kind of limited because our equipment is bad. But I'm going to try my best, or I'll just get combo kick like that. That's also fine.
Pressure Ice! Freeze Pressure Ice! Freeze Lancer! Surging Current! Twin Flow!
They seem resistant to water, which is a bit of a problem. What is actually good against them on our martial moves? Oh, chat, we just literally don't have anything to deal with this enemy. Oh, okay, game. Oh, I guess Turning Peak. We have Turning Peak. I guess. But we don't have a way to hit this thing's weakness, because we don't have Winged. Yay, Zestiria. Ooh, I dodged that one manually again. Good for us. Getting a little bit of a rhythm with the combat. So I just want these enemies to be gone. Again, this guy's pretty aggressive, so we don't want to mess around with him. Let's just Mystic Guard him. And since the other enemy is so far away, let's just heal ourselves and take advantage of this gap. Ooh, seems we're now fighting Octopus, which are apparently considered amorphous, according to this game. Okay, I did get a spell out. That'll help us. This should kill both of them. They have low health, so we should take advantage of that.
Surging Current! The power of water! Don't toy with me!
Don't toy with me, chat. Yeah, so now that Miklio's leveled a bit, so he doesn't just take like 1,000,000 damage and die, I think this is pretty good.
Don't toy with me!
Well, a win is a win.
So that was definitely not bad. His I think was a much smoother experience. You saw what happened, even on normal mode, how much Lilac just could not deal with the rollers. I think I had to come back on the highest difficulty at like level 30 something. Like, I think, like, literally, I was, like, level 35. Went back to it. I'm like, this is just so dumb. I don't know why the rollers do so much damage. So, equipment proficiency's up. Hey, chat, look at that. We're earned another tutorial. We did it, chat. 159. Ugh. Look at that, chat. Earned it. So it's telling us that he's at. Listen, Gabe. We don't need to have the explain how to play as Mikleo. It's pretty straightforward. It's just called. He's good at close range. He's good at long range, and he can heal himself.
Good job, Mikleo.
Well, it wasn't too bad. No surprises.
Exactly. No need for me to enter the ring. My manservant Meebo was enough to handle the problem.
I work my butt off, and that's the thanks I get?
Oh, was it hard? It was hard, wasn't it? Sorry we asked too much of poor feeble Meebo. Phoebo. Fear not, dearly departed Phoebo. Edna shall avenge you.
Oh my gosh, you have a comeback for everything.
For everything.
Stop that!
He's gotta know he's being played with. Why does he put up with it?
He puts up with all sorts of things. He's just that kind of guy.
Huh. I can see that.
Mikleo, you did it.
No, I didn't! Wait, I mean... Huh?
So we attained Noble Quantum. Oops, I said went to her for some reason. So we've been using a kind of, you know, a magic attack oriented item. It doesn't provide us any defense. So what does Noble Quantum do? Oh, so it's just better in every single regard than what we're using. And it improves water attack damage by 10%, which is actually a fantastic passive on Mikleo because almost all of his moves are water damage. So that's just a straight up upgrade across the board, which is nice. He feels pretty good to use as a spellcaster, so we'll probably keep him there for a while. So chat, I think what we need to do is I think I need to swap characters because there's more tutorials we could earn, chat. So the first time you play a character, it'll give you a tutorial on them. Which now I'm wondering, I don't know if we got the one for Alicia, chat. Did we? I don't remember. If not, we'll have another opportunity at some point. So it's not the end of the world.
When peacocks threaten their foes, they recover health.
Jeez, what a pain.
You gotta give them physical ailments. Figure out why.
I just realized that's right. I think the character swap was locked. Let me double check what character swap is in this game. Normally it's just a button, and I pressed the button and it didn't do anything. So let me double check what it is. But hey, we got additional dialogue for monsters at least. Yeah, we'll play as her briefly again in the future. Again, the orc farmer is one of the nastiest monsters. We don't want to deal with him. He's kind of like the orc.
Saray, is your sword starting?
Where if they get a chance to do something, we're in big trouble. How do I do that? Because it locks it by default. Yeah, see that? Yeah, chat, for some reason we have to purchase the ability to swap characters. I don't know why that's a thing. That just has never really sat well with me. I'm like, listen, you could do that in literally every other Tales game, and this one you can't? Like, I almost even feel like Tales of Destiny 1 on the PlayStation 1 is still capable of doing that. So now I can choose different characters. So why don't I choose to play as Dezel for a little bit. And we'll make sure we also play as Edna, because we already played as Mikleo and Lila.
Is that it? I can't believe there are so many Hellions out there.
There we go, chat. I had a feeling. We gotta unlock those tutorials, chat. Jonas likes the name Mikleo. He's probably most people's favorite character, other than maybe Edna, when you play the game. I would assume, anyway. So we're seeing that Pendulum is apparently... The Pendulum is apparently a superb catalyst for Dezel. He's got a decent amount of range. His attacks can end a bit awkwardly, but he's got pretty good range. Like, other than like close range, he can hit at medium range with his martial moves, which most characters are not capable of doing. So that's kind of nice. They tend to have a bit weird hitboxes, but I feel like most things that are in kind of like ropes are like that. So why don't we also make sure Edna is here? So I'm gonna manually swap her out with Lila. So I'd prefer Edna anyway.
Don't get careless out
Time
there.
to learn some humility.
Oh, I played as Rose briefly. That's not what I wanted.
Let's get a multiple current.
That it. Show 'em what for.
Solid thrust.
Like, Edna's actually a lot of... Oh.
Blade. Full tempest.
Edna's actually a lot of fun to control. I feel like her spells are also pretty good. As you can see, she has massive close range AoE.
I think it's time to take a breather somewhere.
She also has a few moves that just straight up go through projectiles. So I feel like some of the harder fights in the game, honestly, if the enemy is weak to earth, she's probably the only character I would consider swapping to, because she just has additional mechanics other characters are missing, and it's just so useful. Like, just literally being able to ignore all projectiles is ridiculous, especially as an approach move. So there we go, chat. Boom. Earn the other tutorial. 161 tutorials, chat. Look at that. So many of them. Her seraphic arts are notable for having a time delay trigger tied to the number of hits. I didn't really know that. So that's new. I learned that. Yeah, she's got extremely high defense. The downside is her health is kind of subpar. But it's okay. She's kind of a tank. I was gonna say, Chad is just gonna enjoy all of the tutorials. It's gonna be amazing. So I think what we're gonna do is that for next time, we're gonna save right outside an optional dungeon. And hopefully, after we go through like maybe 1 or 2 more cutscenes, we will get to the much talked about cathedral scene that I've been dying to get to this entire game. Because when I played that particular scene all the way through blind start to finish, I lost it. I completely lost it. That scene is just completely ludicrous, and we'll see how the chat feels about it too. So I think for now it's a good time to take a break, because this dungeon will probably take a little too long to complete, and unfortunately it is nearing lunchtime for me. So I'd just like to say thank you all for joining. We are at a completely ridiculous amount of moments, and I'll hit the old Zestiria counter so we could see just how many the different events that we've seen. So 161 tutorials, 27 Zestiria moments, and pretty butterfly moments are 8. So that does not, the butterfly moments, as a reminder, do not count the times per scene, but the number of times where clearly the Fire Seraph knew more than she was letting on and had a ridiculous aside. But yeah, we earned quite a lot of tutorials. Just ridiculous. So hopefully on tomorrow's stream, we'll get to the cathedral scene, and you get to hopefully enjoy it start to finish. So I'll try to give a little backstory to the cathedral scene when I think it's about to occur. So that way everybody can get the context of why the scene is just exceptionally ridiculous, for those of you that might have missed a stream or two. So until then, hopefully you guys have a good day or a good night, depending on the time zone.